Off your mic is okay. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you lie down, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Aha. Now him not done here. All these bad politicians, them we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want make the common man get what he supposed get for this country. And I never hear something. Now go hear one, Maiyegun, you go show na paper. Maiyegun diary Politico. So my people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we laugh, oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Maiyegun la wa mo la mo do. Maiyegun diary.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Maiyegun ti de o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Maiyegun diary, lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary.
Thank you so much for joining me. Share this broadcast. Yes, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them Maiyegun today.
Maiyegun diary Politico. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun diary. ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
I'm so sorry for the a little bit delay. Have you actually dropped your own offering? Have you liked this broadcast? Share it. And if this is your first time of joining us, my dear brethren, please subscribe. It's never a dull moment. You won't regret it. Except if you belong to the camp of the one Nigerianists, those who live in denial. We don't on this platform.
Lórí YouTube, and yes, we like oh, Baba Bewure.
Thank you.
And yes, we like Bijo Ibadiye. And yes, we like.
Thank you very much. So good evening to you once again. Good afternoon to you once again. And then good morning to you. Or wherever time you are watching this. This is Maiyegun live. And if in the last few minutes you have settled down by reading the caption of this broadcast, the description simply means that it's going to be another interesting night. It's going to be another interesting night with different interesting jibes all across the Nigeria 2023 electoral charade. We are following them bumper to bumper. And tonight is not going to be an exception. The whole beam or searchlight has been on Chatham House in London. I mean, this has been the place that those who want to be president in Nigeria have been visiting to get their own validation. And at the same time, they see that as their window into the world of the international community in case if they become president. So because of this, they tend to be more prepared, more refined, and then, a little bit kind of more dramatic too. But nevertheless, the first person that showed up for this season happened to be Kolu. The second person that showed up was Obi. And the third person that has showed up right now has been Kwankwaso. And I won't be, sort of comparing all of them tonight. I will have another night where I can compare all of their stuff, okay? But the highlight of the conversation, I have managed to bring some of them to you. We're going to look into them. And with enough time on our hands tonight, I am also going to take you through to the how Atiku has been coping lately. They said, wherever you are, please put Atiku in your prayer. He's going through a lot right now, but it seems to be brazening up and then brushing it aside like it's nothing. I'll come to that. So it was in Ekiti, then Ogun State. It was in Ekiti yesterday, it was in Ogun State today. I'll take you there. I mean, the highlight of that one was that Titi Abubakar, Atiku's wife, was part of her message to the people of Ogun State. It was, please vote for my husband so that you can so that you can make me the first Yoruba first lady in Nigeria. Oh dear. Anyway, that's part of the whole thing. And none of Atiku's appearances will make any meaningful impression on you without the involvement without Canary Dino. So remember that. So we'll cover that tonight. And again, Kaduna, where Obi and his team showed up to the Obidients. I wasn't expecting what I saw, the visuals and the conversation that happened there. We're going to touch that as well tonight. So without wasting much of our time, I think we should get started. Kwankwaso in London today, where he came to talk about his idea, his policies, and his parties and all of that stuff, right? He read this speech as usual. He's prepared the one. Then afterward, right, it was question time. Nadia Wala started. Yeah, question time is always the time that Wala always you always look forward to the question and answer time. But you see this Obidients that took over London, a few days ago for Obi. I think some of them also were part of the audience. I mean, they were all trying to save Nigeria, aren't you? So one of them now just asked Kwankwaso at that gathering, where the arrogant, pompous, entitled Kwankwaso was in his own world, until living in his own bubble, until one Obidient went there to cause wahala. I wouldn't say wahala, because that, in fact, what Kwankwaso's response became the highlight of the entire Chatham House visit. What happened? Somebody asked Kwankwaso and said, see, Mr. Kwankwaso, now that Obi is the leading candidate, are you going to step down for him and work with him so that he can save Nigeria from PDP APC? And so Kwankwaso provoke. And you remember that when this whole thing started, please, if you have been a regular attendee of the Temple of Truth sermons, where myself, Abagio, and so many other people here have, corroborated what I've said in the past. Do you remember I told you, I said, if you want to know how divided Nigeria is, like when we say the whole thing is fake, fraud, just make believe, like Nollywood, make believe. It's not real. There's nothing patriotic about Nigerians starting from their leaders. It's all charade. It's all facade, fake, fraud. Or some say, don't talk like that. You don't talk about your country like that. Don't. I say, okay, don't worry. Their election will hit the crescendo before the end of 2022, and you will begin to come back to me and say, you were right, Maiyegun. Nigeria is a divided country. Nigerians are divided people. But you see, for 3 years, right, they may be at each other's jugular, this and that, right? But when election is coming, hardly a typical Nigerian will be able to hide the obvious hatred, the vision, and attempt at any opportunity that is given to them to strangle the next person because of where they come from or the religion they follow. That's typical Nigerians. And their leaders, they know that. I said, when their election gets heated up, it would expose, once again, as always, the tribalism, the racism, the religious intolerance, and every other thing that you can say, wow. And I'll give you an example. It didn't take long. You know that when the police, they say end police brutality in Nigeria, end SARS. For those who know the real story, when end SARS started, young people in Nigeria, they organized one of the best, most coordinated, most peaceful, and the most effective protests in the Nigeria's recent history. I'm not joking. I mean, we all witnessed that. These young people, they used social media to mobilize themselves, disseminate information, and they were working in so much organized networking that the entire establishment, including PDP and APC, they were, I'm looking for the right word. I don't want to say they were shocked. They were shaken. Very obvious. Because for the first time, politicians, money bag, or whatever, all those crooked elites in Nigeria, they lost the control of the young people for the first time. Where did they get that strength from? They were able to use social media to mobilize, to group, and at the same time to raise funds. These guys had walking ambulance. There were no, I mean, if you drop your phone, Nigeria youth, when SARS youth will pick up your phone and they will announce, we found a phone. All of this were some level of energy never seen before. that he threw, or should I say, he thrown the entire system into a panic. I witnessed it. I reported it. Everything is on MaiyegunsDiary Politico. Just go back to October 2020 on MaiyegunsDiary Politico. Everything, including the day they shot and killed all those young people. But the significance of the whole thing was that the entire establishment, after sending Dangote, sending Jimovia, sending all the rest of Elumelu, sending all those money bags, those who are keeping the stolen money in Nigeria, running Nigeria economy, they couldn't persuade the young people to back down on their demands. What happened? They unleashed the military on them. For the first time in the recent history of Nigeria, Nigeria military mobilized their soldiers with one single attempt, kill anything that moves. And they killed and they denied. Now, the young people haven't realized that power, right? The system felt like they've boxed them into a corner. Now that's them. They will never try. We have spoken to them in the language they understand. The slaves and sophisticated morons, the ass lickers, the crumb eaters, who are the foot soldiers of all those criminal groups, PDP, APC. Some of them got converted to see Nigeria for its true color. For the first time as well, in recent time, there was no Yoruba, IGBO, Hausa, Northerner, Southerner, and the rest of that in the Muslim, Christian. But the usual thing that has been the divisive language, the divisive technique that has always been working for these criminals in Nigeria, your ruling elite, they introduced that. You won't believe it. The system that was, the establishment that was shaking and apologizing here and there, pretending that they are going to make amendments and reforms. Within those days, they just twisted the whole thing. They just started. They're like, okay, their source is the social media. Who are those prominent among them? They started blocking their bank accounts. They started canceling their Nigerian passports. Some of them, they started arresting them at the airports. So they started big clamp down on them. DSS, everybody. For those who don't even use their names on social media, Nigeria DSS traced them to the corner of the earth of Nigeria and they tracked them down. So with all of this, they dare not come back again. But are we all going to pretend that just towards the end, and I mean, just before the 2022 that gave birth to the Obidients that you are witnessing today, are you all going to pretend that they have done so well, so many propaganda to tell you that NSAS was because of IPOB? Are you going to pretend? Are you going to pretend that you have not been reading some crooked wearies who saw Lagos state government use their own BRT buses to mobilize thugs, armed thugs, thugs that attacked these people on camera, on video? Then days, weeks, months after that, they started twisting it. Are you going to pretend that they didn't end up having to pretend to make it look like a NSAS protest or NSAS whatever was because of the Biafra, was because of the IPOB? Are you going to pretend? That's part of the propaganda. However, they felt like they've shut them down. So therefore, they continued with the impunity. They continued with the what do you call it? With their dictatorship, their tyranny. Like who else? What did they want to do? Then I remember in December 2021, this was like 14 months after they massacred over 500 young people across Nigeria in order to quench that protest that they later blamed it on us, the diasporans. They say everybody with the diaspora, they are those encouraging them. They are those funding them. They are those, you know what I mean? Businesses were closed down because of NSAS. People were chased away and they were exiled because of NSAS, including those who are now. But suddenly, you know the surprise? At that moment, people said, these young people should go and start their own party. if they are tired of this system, are you going to pretend that people didn't say that? Of course they did say that. That's why we call this platform MaiyegunsDiary Politico. The politics, the diary, and Maiyegun himself, the record keeper. It happened. So tribalism and all of this, which they have tried severally, seems not to really be working in the favor of the establishment anymore. But they won't change the tactics. They are not going to go down just like that. Okay. So fast forward to 2022, when these young people started saying, well, back then, they wanted PDP to give them Obi. And right here, right then, the same people who did NSAS, they started attacking themselves. Who is Obi? He's an Igbo man. He's going to break Nigeria. Are we going to use IPOB? Is he going to be Biafra? So they started throwing in Biafra, IPOB again, because of where Obi comes from. Now, let's now fast forward again to April in 2022. And that was when it actually was like, now this is a joke. This is a joke. But for some of us who know that Obi is just a beneficiary of the hungry population of young people, that's exactly what it is. He is a member of the establishment. It has been part of them. And it kind of feels like he's better than them because he's never stolen anything from you, according to, and he's probably never been wanted for stealing anything. So young people found him, teamed behind him, then they said they are going to Labour Party. Aha! Big joke. You know the story. Now fast forward to December 2022, just last month, when things began to be, when they started, when they were doing their 1 million march here, 1 million there, we know they pay shishi, we know they do this or that. They were just like joke to everybody then, yeah? But those who were laughing then, I don't think a lot of you who were laughing then are still laughing, right? But now the shade of tribalism, the shade on in all of that. So the same NSAS that was that was devoid of tribe, religion, class, and what have you, now backing and called obedient today. That same force is now facing what you call the gaslighting of the establishment, and it is coming. Initially, it was coming from APC, PDP. And what is that? If you look around today, even some of you watching me right now, there are many of you here who have that ignorant bias as planted in your mind, in your head, by the rotten Nigerian system. Although you love to deny that you are not this, you are not that, but yes, you are. For this whole timeline of their history from 2020, do you know that some of you, as the only thing you can still say about them is that it's all about the IGBOs. Now, let me rephrase. It is not an, it is not what do you call it? An error. If you listen to anybody saying the Obi is representing IGBOs and anything about Obi is about sectional and IGBOs, don't think they don't know what they are saying, You know, when you repeat something so much and so much and so much, yeah, you begin to believe them, Abi. But you see, one thing here is this: when people live in denial, dishonest people, like Nigerians, all of you one Nigerianist, dishonest people, when you are so kind of used to being dishonest, as a nature, right? You become so shameless and blind to even what is going on around you. Now, let me say this again. Whenever you see Tinubu is a Yoruba man, and you won't pretend that there are no Igbos who are also. Now, you may say they are following Tinubu because of money is given to them. That would be your own excuse, but that won't sort of invalidate the fact that there are Igbos that want Tinubu. There are Fulanis. There are non-Yorubas that want Tinubu. You know that, Abi? And you would never feel, I don't think any of you feels like Tinubu's presidency is about Yorubas. Because, yeah, in reality, you have realized that even Yorubas, majority of them have rejected Tinubu himself. Yeah, that's a fact. Right? Now, at the same time, you won't deny the fact that even maybe your friend or your family member or your co-worker or somebody that you are buying something from, one way or the other, who are Yorubas, as a Yoruba man yourself, have face-to-face told you that they are for Obi. But in your bigoted mind, as the likes of Kwankwaso, as they have already sort of conditioned many of you, you are still going to come out and say, Peter Obi is about Igbo, Abi, just because of what they have told you about the Igbos, Abi? Yes. Now, let's take it back again. Nigeria, as you can see it today, okay? When you meet those who are following Atiku, they will tell you they are doing so because they believe Atiku will save Nigeria. And everyone else, they are just going to destroy Nigeria. Kwankwaso, that one is not serious. As an Atiku person, they will say, Kwankwaso, no, we are not serious about that one. What about Tinubu? No, Tinubu is going to sell Nigeria like he sold Lagos. What about Peter Obi? No, that one is IPOB. Do you think all those things are coincidence? People are paid to amplify something like this, to validate your inner Nigeria bigotry. That some says, I mean, I can be tribalistic. Yeah, we can define that, Abi. Being tribalistic. I'm doing this because it's somebody from my region or somebody from my tribe, which is fair enough. Just say that without having to be like, falsify things that will further prove people like myself that don't let them lie to you. Now, here it is. Kwankwaso was in London. You have all seen the Obidients everywhere. Fulani, Hausa, Northerner, Easterner, whether they are many or they are not many, that's another conversation. But imagine a politician in London, right, answering question about, would you step down for Atiku? Would you step down for Tinubu? Or would you step down for Obi? And what he had to say was that, no, he would never step down for all of those. But listen, you that asked me that question, the way I'm looking at you, it's like you are from one particular region, right? He couldn't mention that. He couldn't say, you are Igbo, Abi. So you're asking me to step down for your brother, Abi. Let me tell you something, okay, about your brother. I was going to help your brother before. An Igbo man. We don't really like Igbos, okay? An average Northerner will never vote for an Igbo man. That's what Kwankwaso said in the past, before London trip today. So listen, I was just going to help your brother, okay? I was going to make him my vice so that when I become president, I can introduce him and say, okay, they can trust him. But when I started talking to him, I realized that Labour Party is about ethnicity and it is about religion. Even call you shock. Do you understand that? Me, I have told you, I am not interested in all those promises and all those nonsense they are saying to you. You can believe them at your own peril. That's your own cup of tea. But if you pay attention very well to these guys, if you by any chance get to see anyone or any presser to press them to say things that are really inside, the ones that they say in their own private rooms, but they pretend or sort of a politically correct about them publicly, those are the things that you need to pay attention to and stop lying to yourself about anything about Nigeria. Because what? You might wish well for Nigeria, but you need those who actually have the power and control the levelers of government in Nigeria, who don't mean anywhere for Nigeria. They became what they have become, right? Simply because they rode on the back of a divided Nigeria. And how divided is Nigeria? Tribe, religion. But in all honesty, can you say that the obedient that you have been saying, that they are doing so because they are Igbos? Can you say that 100% of those who are obedient that you see everywhere, in all honesty, can you say they are Igbos? And can you say those who are obedient there and those who are Igbos and non-Igbos, and they call themselves Nigerians, as some of you are calling yourselves as well, right? Can you say in all honesty that they have been doing so because of religion, fanaticism, because of religion? Can you say that? But if you listen to the likes of all these politicians dropping those lines, they are called dog whistle, gaslighting. And it is not by error. If you see all of those who are Tinubu's people, whenever they want to talk about the obedient or Obi, they single him out and they put him beside IPOB. And that's why everywhere he goes, they make it look like asking for your own independent country is a terrorism act. None of them is worried about Boko Haram. They are not worried about Fulani terrorism. They are not worried about all these ruins. Do you think that's coincident? It's not coincident. Because every day they need to build on this hatred, which Nigeria is made of. Ask people, they will tell you. He hasn't said anything about IPOB. What do you want him to say about IPOB? Call them terrorists. Would you still be satisfied? Hey, he is a fraud. He is a scam. And that is somebody following Tinubu at Atiku. Now, that's what I'm saying. Their election exposes what the one Nigeria truly mean. It simply means a lie, living a lie. I actually kind of will feel pity for you, the obedience. But you know I'm saying the truth. The reasons why all this tag, gaslighting, right? And indeed, the violence that is still going to erupt out of all of this. The reasons why they are going to be so is because of the individuals who are leading this different flock of ombud slaves. And they're going to be telling them, even though they are talking about Nigeria, but they're going to be telling them, this one is our enemy. This one is your enemy. I am the one who is coming here to save you. Even the one that is dealing with you right now will come and say that one is your enemy. If you see them, you need to fight and kill them. If you have to kill anybody, you have to kill. But at the end of the day, when you finish killing yourselves, when you finish eating yourselves, when you finish, right, drowning yourselves, then you start watching all these criminals come together as friends, sharing your common patrimony. So Kwankwaso is so entitled, and that's exactly where we're going to start from. I'm sorry that it took us a while. I just had to do that because most of what I'm going to show you tonight are just going to be the happenings. But you're talking about the division and those who are planting them, the reasons why they call the, what do you call it? They call the Igbos Nyamiri in northern Nigeria. The reasons why they said they can never allow an infidel to be the president of Nigeria. Are you kidding that you don't know all those? Or are you trying to pretend that there are no people who are actually living or leveraging on that to keep Nigeria to what it is? You're going to pretend about that? Of course not, you won't. Now, here is when Kwankwaso appeared in Shuttered Mouth in London today. He was telling them about his program. Maybe we should start taking them one after the other. Let's start with this one.
Out of school and girl child education, national literacy campaign, higher education reform, examination bodies, and scholarships. Some of the immediate actions we intend to take include: A, we shall reform the education sector in its entirety to ensure accountability, expansion of access, and improvement of quality. Every Nigerian must have access to good quality education, not minding their social status. B, we shall incentivize enrollment of the girl child and all the children from poorly served communities. C, we will eradicate illiteracy in Nigeria. Every adult shall have the opportunity to acquire literacy and engage in lifelong learning. D, we will mop up the 20 million out-of-school children in Nigeria and get them enrolled in schools in the next 4 years.
Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to bore you with that, okay? I can even run it, I'll restream it for you, what he said in short term. So I'm going to be picking them just like that, okay? So he was talking about out-of-school children. He's going to do this, he's going to do that, blah, 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 blah. Kano State and Borno State controls the highest number of out-of-school children through the Almajiri system. So I don't want to go into that, okay? He promises that. He said more. Here is another one.
While thanking the UK government for the numerous support and assistance being extended to our country, both directly and through a number of development partners, while appreciating the good work that numerous UK businesses in Nigeria are doing to build our economy, our incoming administration will work deliberately to strengthen the Nigeria-UK relations post-Brexit, expand businesses opportunities, and create business climate that will make Nigeria a more attractive destination for investors. Finally, let me say this. Our country is yet at another crossroad. We are facing an election in which, for the first time in 20 years, President Buhari will not be a candidate. We are going into an election at a time when poverty is biting so hard and money-bagged politicians believe that they can take advantage of the very poverty they inflicted on the nation. But unfortunately, we are also going into this election when the election umpire, INEC, has successfully gotten the enactment of some of the far-reaching amendments targeted at improving the conduct of elections and preventing election rigging in Nigeria. My 30 years experience in politics has taught me that free, fair, and credible election requires so many inputs, so many commitments, but the commitment of the president in particular and that of the presidency in general is key. If the presidency wants free and fair election, it will happen. Thus, the burden of conducting free and fair elections, much as it depends on the performance of INEC, politicians, security agencies, and other stakeholders, it largely rests on the corridors of the presidency. While thanking the UK, the EU, the USA, and the other friends of Nigeria for their support in deepening democracy in our country,
and blah, 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 and blah. Pius Atu, thank you very much, Baba. Happy New Year. Like I said, right, you can see this full video on YouTube, okay? But I want us to take a little bit of a break here, just a break. For those who have been paying attention to what is going on in Nigeria, like myself and many of you here, have you ever seen anywhere that people are demanding that Atiku should say something about these Fulani terrorists and the Boko Haram? The Boko Haram up north, ISWAP, and the Fulani terrorists terrorizing the entire southern Nigeria. Have you ever seen anywhere people are like mentioning Atiku and mentioning the Fulani terrorists and the Boko Haram and like, you know? No. Okay. APC, Egbekegbe is the one ruling Nigeria right now, yeah? Have you ever seen anywhere that anyone has ever asked Tifnumbu what he is going to do about the Yoruba nation, IPOB, Fulani terrorists, Boko Haram, and ISWAP. Have you? I'm just asking. Like, I'm talking about vehemently, where people are like, you know. But have you seen anywhere that Kwankwaso has been held down by any of you anywhere to explain what he has done to end Fulani terrorism or end ISWAP and end Boko Haram? I'm just asking. Have you? Like, no? Now, again, how many times have you seen where everywhere because of Obi's Igbo from Igbo land who has publicly denied Biafra? He denied Biafra publicly. IPOB no like him. You know that for those who actually follow events, Peter Obi and IPOB in the same word, you are just being unfair. You are being unfair to the just cause of the indigenous people of Biafra, the just cause against impunity, against marginalization, against systemic profiling. Don't deny all of this. How many times have you seen where people are asking Obi, what has he done about IPOB? Do you see the contrast? No, you haven't. You didn't see that. Okay. That is the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. Let me take that again. APC, Egbekegbe, is being ruled by Nigeria. And under APC, Egbekegbe, Nigeria became more divided and more pronounced. Agitation everywhere due to the unbelievable mismanagement and mishandling of a country like Nigeria. Under APC, Egbekegbe, in a space of 7 years. Agitation everywhere. Yes, Yorubas, we are pressuring too. The Biafrans, they are they're like pressing. You know that. The young people that became obedient today, they were murdered for asking for police reform and protection from the police criminals. Agitation under them happened. But I haven't heard anybody say, what is Atiku doing about IPOB? So their fight is legit. But Nigeria has spent so much a fortune to delegitimize them, to criminalize them. And they are putting all of that in your head. Even when they are putting all of that in your head, are you going to pretend that this is not part of the divided Nigeria and the divided lies and all of that they are planting that has been working for these criminals for years? And it seems that this is the last stroke of it. Are you going to pretend that Peter Obi has been held in more high standard than even the government that is meant to provide security for the Nigerians? So, are you going to pretend? Kwankwaso is working towards 2027 from those who have the inner ideas of what is going on. Kwankwaso knows that his whole show is not beyond Kano. He won't even win anything in Kano. Not because he can't, but because with Gandola and their rigging APC, Egbekegbe's machine, just forget about it. He's going to cost, no, he's not going to cost anything. You are talking about a rigged system, then you want to try and push something that is like good idea into a wrong system. Don't try it. You're going to come back, with regret. APC, Egbekegbe, and they are rigging. They are just like 5 and 6. Do all you can. They will do all the rigging openly. And then that's why I'm more interested in how are you going to deal with it when they rig you openly? You're going to fight? Protest? What's going to happen? They're going to shoot and kill? You're going to go back again? I'm more interested in post-election. But don't let us deny the fact that indeed, the card of tribal, the tribal card and the rest of them, seems to be the last of the last push of the establishment. So no, Kwankwaso is there. And somebody rose up today, and Nigeria has become that, okay? If somebody rise up today and says, in a gathering, where Atiku day, where Obi day, or where Kolu day, Tifnumbu, if I rise up as a Yoruba man, and the moment I want to ask a question from Obi, and I started talking about IPOB, just know that it is not coincidence. Obi is Igbo. And then historically, Nigeria establishment, which includes the Nigerian elite, the Hausa Fulanis, the Yorubas, and then, should I use that word, bastard Igbo elite as well? Because all of this that is happening to the Igbo people in Nigeria, okay, let me be honest with you, right? None of this could have ever happened, right? Without the support and the collaboration, the cooperation of the Igbo elite, your politicians, your royal fathers, your businessmen and women, your politicians, and none like that. These are those who ensure that Nigeria continue to treat you the way you are treated. Like, we are all being marginalized, all of us. We are all poor everywhere. We are sharing in the whole marginalization all over Nigeria. Nobody is safe. The elite doing all of this, they are friends, including Igbos, who are pro-Nigeria because of what they are getting from it. So if you rise up and you are an Igbo man and about to ask a bigoted Hausa or Fulani man a question, there is a cord behind his back brain that will automatically trigger up and set ready. Because that person that is about to ask me a question is an Igbo man. And I know that Igbos don't like us. Even though we are all claiming to be one Nigerians. But I know I don't like Igbos. Igbos don't like us. But let me pretend that I love everybody. But I'm waiting for it. Let that Igbo man ask me that question. So if Igbo man stand up and say, Kwankwaso, Senator, thank you very much, sir. You changed my life. When I left Onitsha and I moved down to Kano, I had nothing. Your free education when you were governor allowed me to study. And you also gave me this and that. Then you see that trigger, that thing we don't trigger from the back. It could just go back to, it could just go back to the default setting and say, okay, no wahala now. But I say this one, I'm one of those who go tell me, say, I'm a very good person to Igbos. And I can tell my people to record his voice so that I can use that and show the rest of the world. I'm a fool and Hausa man. Oh. But look at this Igbo man. I changed his life. Even though I don't really like them. That is the truth. Yeah? So an Igbo man asked Kwankwaso, it's not even an Igbo man, an Obidients, who is not even Igbo. Can you believe that? And says, sir, we have seen what is going on, and we think that I just want to ask you that if the TTO thing comes to a point, would you like to step down and work with Obi? And so Wahala started. It's all those blah, 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 UK government, UK blah, blah nonsense, Baba can't drop all of that. Come on, now answer this guy. Where is that guy? Kwankwaso. Here, after the question, I want you to pay attention, please. Pay attention to how his countenance changed when that question was asked and when he started answering it. Okay? Okay, I'll play you the part where he started answering the question, right? I want you to watch the intonation and I want you to listen carefully to the every word and the way he worded them. It's very important for why I made it the caption of this broadcast. After they asked him to step down for Obi, instead of saying, no, it's too late, I can't, and all of that, he just went on this religious blah, 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 blah.
Label. You see, that's the problem we have. The gentleman who stood up.
Did you see that? You see, that's the problem we have. This gentleman who asked me this question must be from one particular region. He can't even say it. Because his instinct tells him that person must be Igbo for asking me that question. Listen again.
labor. You see, that's the problem we have. The gentleman who stood up there, I'm sure he comes from a particular group or a region without even asking him, just because if you have a party which is based on ethnicity and religion, that's the difference between Labour Party and, of course, our party, which is a national party, New Nigeria People's Party. Now, we want, please, you see, while we are accusing leaders of being one thing or the other negative, I think the followers also must learn how to be Nigerians, not coming from one part of the country. Let me say that I was one of those initially wanting to work together with Labour Party. But unfortunately, at that time, Labour Party was under very serious media hype, and therefore they could not see reason. And you still not see reason that I will withdraw. I wish you didn't go to that extent. You would have said that to work with Labour or to work with APC or PDP. That would have been more responsible.
You get that? You could have asked the question and say, will you step down to work with APC, PDP, or Labour? But you didn't say that. And the way you ask that question, I think you are from a particular part of the country, or you belong to a particular group. So let me now clear it, okay? You know, when they are doing some document release by government, they'll say some part of the document are redacted. Redacted means you will see the content, right? But some part of the line, they will just put black line on them. Sure, you get. You will still be able to read, but you like names and that and all of, they will blank them out. They are called redacted. Unredacted is when they take off those things, those cover. I will redact what he just said now. That's small speech, right? Kwankwaso, an entitled, arrogant Hausa Fulani Northerner and a Muslim who has been part and parcel of the rot you are witnessing today, especially the journey that brought you here. APC, Egbekegbe. Now, that Kwankwaso, a supposed Nigerian, asked him a question. Would you step down for Obi? Because it's more popular, it's more acceptable by everybody everywhere. And he said, listen, you must be from a particular region. A particular region is referring to, no, first he said, he would love to be a Nigerian because his party is national party and is a Nigerian party. Labour Party is ethnic party and religious party. So you asking me question, you must be from a particular region. You must be IPOB. You must be from Biafra. You are an IGBO man. Or you must be from a particular group. You must be obedient. See, I can't associate with you, whether as IPOB or Biafran, or as obedient, because you guys don't believe in Nigeria. Do you see that? In their efforts to blacklist and criminalize a legitimate indigenous people's advocacy and demand. And Peter Obi, who happened to be one of them as elites, in order to rubbish that Obi, they have to make sure that every Igbo man supporting Obi, every obedient, which is now beyond Igbos now. You all know that if not to say na Igbos, you bring Obi won't even matter in this conversation. You know that, all of you know that. You know that even the Igbo elite, none of them, many of them they are not supporting him. And publicly they have chastised him. They don't want him. They want Atiku. They want Tifnumbu. They don't believe that it's going to be anything. But yet, the rotten establishment would like you to believe that Obio Now the Igbo people want to be president of Nigeria. That's why they are pushing Obi to you. And those who are pushing him, they don't even believe in Nigeria, including you, the Obidients. Somebody said, Maiyegun, that's actually so insulting to me. I know. Are you obedient? Or you are from a particular part of country? All of these are not coincidence. They are not mistakes. They are not something that, out of ignorance. No. They are called dog whistle, gaslighting. Whatever you say out there, all they have to say back is to say, those who are pushing him are IPOB. They want to break Nigeria. They even made this guy to come out and said, I am not for Biafra. Biafra is dead. It's even saying that to entertain and then to satisfy them. But because, traditionally, historically, in Nigeria, it is not written, unwritten, Nigeria is fighting Cold War with Igbos. And that has been the continuation of what you call the Nigeria of today since 1970. No winner, no vanquish. That's the truth. A lot of you have your suspicion. If you are non-Igbo, you have your suspicion. They are just too arrogant. They have no respect. They cannot, they believe that they know everything. They believe that they want to control everybody. They are saying that Lagos is no man's land. All of those things that absolutely no meaningful. They are the excuses that many of you are giving for the bigotry that the criminals like Kwankwaso, and the criminals like Okorocha, like the criminals like Tifnumbu, criminals like, as you may have all of them as your leaders everywhere. The bigotry they have implanted in you, you need just one or two excuses to justify it. But are you going to pretend that this obedience that you are seeing everywhere, majority of them are in your family? In northern Nigeria, they are there. In southern Nigeria, they are there. In Yoruba land, they are there. Inside of your family members, your distance cousin, your colleagues, are you going to pretend? And you are going to pretend and say, the only reason why I just don't really like this obedient people is because they are the IPOB. What do you mean? Obi hasn't condemned IPOB. Is he condemning IPOB? The reason, condemning IPOB is what you want, or for Nigeria to at least do justice for once. Do you know that same IPOB has won over 13 court judgments against Nigeria? Nigeria is yet to get one single conviction for anything that is associated with IPOB in Nigeria. Do you know that? Or you want to pretend you don't? Yeah, your government told you they are terrorists and this and that. They are responsible for the insecurity here and there. You don't care that your government can provide security for you, keep you safe, but give you excuses in order to justify why the Igbos must not be trusted. But look at the whole contrast. I'm just saying, are you going to pretend? My own is that I have told people that na lie una dey tell una selves. There is no one Nigeria. You have many Nigerias. And the people who are cooking all of that, the people who are ensuring that remain the same thing, that divide and rule, this Muslim, that. Will you look at the obedient and say they are religious fanatic? Would you look at them and say they are shouting religious this? You know why he said that? Obi has been visiting churches. And Kwankwaso is a Muslim. Normal. The likes of Kwankwaso, Bokwari, and the rest of them, you would have seen them everywhere. But people are no longer associating with them. And that is another part of this whole thing. They said they are jokers. They are just a bunch of clowns. And I mean, can't tell you, say, even if you don't believe in them, I am trying to tell you to pay attention to them. Pay attention to them. Pay attention to them. If you are laughing at them, you may not be laughing too long anymore. I am the one who told you that. Whether you believe me or not, even the establishment have to up their game, and they are relying on your genetic bigotry. People will choose Muslim tickets in a country that it is 50-50 Christian, 50 Muslim, and they are battling about who is going to control what too. But when you take the billboard of that religion out and say Muslim Christian billboard, put them aside. Don't put them aside. Put it raise it up. Oh yeah, if you are a Muslim, oh yeah, stay behind the Muslim billboard. If you are a Christian, oh yeah, stay behind the Christian billboard. And you begin to take the poll. Say, okay, 133 million Nigerians are living in extreme poverty. 133 million. Okay, oh yeah, let's start counting. How many of them are Christians? How many of them are Muslims? Then you realize that none of this mean anything to these criminals. But they will play the card anyway. We have to protect our religion. We have to make sure that Islam is the best. We have to make sure that the coming of Jesus Christ is the best. But yet, the criminals who are using all this cards on you are plunging you with your faith, with your belief, Muslim, Christian. They are plunging you into perpetual poverty, including your unborn generation. This APC, with their insensitivity, as divided as Nigeria has become, they decided to choose a Mumu ticket, Muslim ticket. Mumu ticket, they say, no be Mumu, so that people don't take offense. Mumu is different from Mumu or MM. And you know the MM is like scam, right? They had to go that religious side. You were witnessing that. And Kwankwaso is talking about these people being religious, this or that. Now, their card, though, I am just here to point them out, and I have done that. If you don't believe that it's actually a real card, there are other worries, apart from Kwankwaso's worry. Even Saraki is worried. And his worry somehow sounded close to what I have heard on this platform several times. When he become president, as if he will become president, when he become president, it's going to be this. Why don't you just, there's Obidients are saying, if you say we are going to lose, why don't you just let us lose in our own way? Why are you worried? Why are you concerned say we're going to lose? You get what I mean? And they say, okay, if you win, you cannot do anything. They say, okay, let us win first. You know me, I see everything. Until I saw Saraki on the TV, and he is also worried. You know this kind of worry, 8 months ago, I don't think made any sense. 8 months ago, it was like, oh, Benny, leave these people, Obi is going nowhere. And I know some of you still believe that. Whether they go anywhere, you know they go anywhere. I have told you, it's a story for another day. But 8 months ago, you were right. Today, are you sure that you are still feeling the same way you felt 8 months ago? This is real. It's happening. Guy became a candidate in a party, and they started telling everybody to go and collect PVC. Suddenly, more than 28 million new people are dead. And you think that's a joke? Are you still laughing? You better start getting ready for something I call a big revolution if this goes the other side in the usual way. Are you prepared for that? Are you still laughing? Even those who are like the owners of Nigeria, Saraki and the rest, they are worried. But you on social media, if they go nowhere, you better not go nowhere. Because if it goes somewhere, the shock alone may not make many of you to actually know what to do next. If you just be Operation Wet here straight away, in shock. Because even your leaders are no longer taking it lightly anymore. They are like, even if he wins, I ain't go take win. Person they talk say, you know, go see 100,000 votes. You know, go see 1 million. Okay, they started with 4 people, 400 people. You know, go see 100. You know, go see 100,000. You know, go see. Now they are saying, you know, go win one state. You know all that stuff. Narratives are changing every day because of what we are seeing, Abi. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Even your own leaders, they are worried, just like some of you who feel like if he wins.
When you talk about the other parties, with great respect to them, to the individuals, particularly Peter. But again, don't forget that what we run in Nigeria, we run a presidential system. When you go to that ballot box on the day of election, you're voting for party. You don't see Peter, you see a party. Now, a party where from day one, you don't have candidates in all the parliamentary seats. So already from day one, there's a recipe for disaster because you know that the executive and the legislature are not going to have a majority. And a lot of people, when you ask them, what is their concern now? They tell you restructuring. These are things that need constitutional review. These are things that need you also to have a majority in the National Assembly. Investors are no longer satisfied with executive orders. They want to see legislation to support investment. So if you're a party, a small party, that you don't even have the spread, because we've seen the experience in 2015, let's move away from intention to reality and practicality. The practicality why APC has failed, because APC really was a special vehicle party to win election, not a party that was built with cohesion. And so a small party does not have the spread across the country, even if it has a president and doesn't have parliament from day one, we're not going to see what Nigerians want to see.
So it is now changing from go get this to let us try and reason. Because if he wins, it's anything we see as it is, like Kenneth would say, we no get dog inside this fight. Let me explain that to you, okay? Most of what is going to happen in your 2023, Charade and the rest, right? I can tell you this free of charge. In fact, many of you are obedient, right? In the obedience movement and all of that, right? Many of what will shape or how you are going to actually go about your 2023 as obedient information and all of that. I know something. Most of those supports are going to come from the diaspora. They are already there. Here you get. So, some of us have no say in what's going to happen, but we are always the victims of whatever you do in Nigeria. In this case, that you have catched the fever of facing the establishment in this way, for somebody like myself, Maiyegun, it is ideal, right, to kind of prepare the mind of others like myself, for what we believe to be the post of this whole thing, right? They call it post-election anyway, post-election, whatever. Last year, no one will speak about the Obidients like that. You know that? No. Abi? From the record I have also received, when they deliberately tell you that everything is Obi as well, it is also deliberate. From the record I got, right, Nigeria have 107 senators. Abi, 107 senators, Abi? Out of the 107 senators that Nigeria get from the 107 senatorial districts across Nigeria, in this their next month election, right? The Labour Party of Obi, they have about 85 members contesting for. They don't have 107, no. They have 85 of their own people who want to be senators in this their election. But they won't tell you that. In Nigeria, they have 360 House of Representatives. This record is with INEC. Go on to INEC website. You will see the lists of parties and candidates. Go there, INEC Nigeria. Go on there and check. In Nigeria, House of Representatives, they have 360 seats in House of Representatives. The Labour Party of Obi, they have 290 people who want to be rep members. In Nigeria, across Nigeria, 290. But they won't tell you that. Because Obi is Igbo. An Igbo man wants to be president of Nigeria. And he doesn't want to bow down for the power that be across Nigeria, the elite. Therefore, where does he think he is going? He is just playing around. He is just clowning. In Nigeria, they have 36 State House of Assembly, which comprises of over 1,470 something members across Nigeria. Out of that 1,400 something members contesting to be House of Assembly members across Nigeria, Peter Obi Labour Party have over 1,000 Labour Party members who wants to be House of Assembly members across Nigeria. You have you have about 30 states that are going to contest for position of governor in Nigeria in this about 20 to 30 states out of 36 states. In the INEC register online, go and check it. Labour Party has about 18 governors in 18 states, governorship candidate in 18 states. All these data are there if you read them, Abi. But those are not the narratives out there. Why is everything Obi, 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 Obi? Something is happening. And I don't think some of you are prepared for it. It's what I'm the kind of vibe I'm feeling is that because many of you are not so prepared for it, it's going to be such a shocker to the system, including some of you. I'm not saying even if you don't. I'm saying that even if you don't belong to any of this, if you don't believe in the election and all of that, there are some of you that are actually underplaying what is actually brewing and going around and going on. I'll tell you something. Before this whole thing got to this, right? And as it has gotten to what it is right now, what I figured out is this. Out of all of them that are saying they want to rescue Nigeria, you see that of the Obidients, it comprises of about 5 different groups. I'll tell you them. It's coming from the Obidients you see today comprises of, as you know, right, young people from this and that, right? Those young people you saw during the answers then, they also, some of them also have some little, what do you call it, 1 or 2 sympathy for some of these criminal groups, APC, PDP. But you see, after that event that changed their lives forever, what Obi is inheriting right now is inheriting those who wanted the APC to finish anytime soon. Those who are disgruntled in the PDP wanted to finish anytime soon, right? Those who have regretted ever following APC in northern Nigeria soon. The Yorubas who feel insulted that the likes of Kolu is being propagated as the best from Yoruba land. Now, he is picking up all these small and big courts from everywhere to make up this. It's more or less like a revolution against the system that people have pretended about for so long. Something is going on, and it's not going quiet. That's what I think. And when you listen to some of these guys who are like the pros, the champions, the powerful back then, coming out to now start rating them, and you underrating them, you might be doing yourself some injustice. Just like a lot is taking shape. The last time that Pastor Tunde Bakare came out and he told you he's a Yoruba man, he's a member of APC, I want to drink. Let me have some drink. I'll come back in a minute and tell you about that. Okay, don't go anywhere. And mind you, if we have over 1,500 of us right now on YouTube, over 1,600 of us on YouTube, and we only have about 300 of us who have actually dropped their own offering, which is like the broadcast, to show that you are here. You are not a robot. You can use the remote control of your TV to like this broadcast as well. Grab the remote. If you're watching it on screen, grab the remote. Go on to the screen, roll it up, and then just click like. When I get back, we're going to go into Pastor Tunde Bakare's latest statement. But before that, let me take you to Ibadan. Let's use this as a break. Show, Omoyele show, it was out too yesterday. And I love this. I'll use this as my break. I'll be back in a minute or two.
Mo kí ẹ̀yin bàbá wa, ẹ̀yin ìyá wa, ẹ kí ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ tí ẹ wà lórí ìjókòó. Mo fẹ́ tọrọ àforíjì lọ́wọ́ yín pé a pẹ́ dé díẹ̀. Ìlú Kano la ti ń bọ̀, la dé sílùú Èkó, la wá ń bọ̀ ní Ìbàdàn. Ṣẹ́yìn náà mọ bó ṣe jìnnà sí. Àmọ́ kí a tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ ọ̀rọ̀ nípa orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, mo fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá wa Adédayọ̀. Mo ti mọ̀ wọ́n láti 1992 sí 1993 nígbà tí à ń jà fún ọ̀rọ̀ June 12 nígbà tí Alhaji MK Abiola tí wọ́n win election táwọn ológun àti àwọn mọ̀dàrú káàkiri Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n sọ pé Abiola ò lè wọlé, Yorùbá ò lè jẹ ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Ìgbà yẹn ni mo ti pàdé wọn. Mo ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé ṣé wọ́n ti bí ọmọ wọn tí wọ́n lókìkí ń sìn tó ń pè ní macaroni ńgbà tí mo pàdé wọn ní wọn tí bí macaroni ńgbà yẹn pé 1993 ni wọ́n bí macaroni tí mo sí tí orúkọ ìtàgé wọn náà ń pè ní macaroni. Èmi ò ń ṣe ọmọ Yẹlé mọ́ pé kí n máa pera mi ní bàbá Yẹlé torí èmi náà ti di bàbá èmi náà ti bímọ àmọ́ nǹkan tí mo tún fẹ́ sọ ni pé ṣé rí ètò tí ẹ ṣe yìí ó ṣe pàtàkì sí àwa tí a jẹ́ ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí tí a mọ̀ sí káàárọ̀ jíire ní Oòduà Yorùbá torí pé nígbà tí àwọn bàbá wa tí wọ́n wà ní Afẹ́nifẹ́re tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe ètò ọ̀rọ̀ ìdìbò yìí ẹ ṣe náà jí láàárọ̀ ọjọ́ kan wọ́n kàn mú.
Ṣòwòrẹ́ ti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn o. Well, we'll come back to show. You know, I actually wish these guys can face him and we can see them all together engage and have a chat and exchange and all that. But they have always been avoiding him. Organizers of those who are like bringing up presidential candidates in Nigeria, they have always been avoiding Showore wherever they are bringing all these guys. All staged anyway, but Obidients are telling Showore to step down. But don't stop asking everybody to step down here and there. Sure you get. But we'll come back to that. Because the man that spent 100 million naira to purchase APC, Egbe's presidential form, and he came out later to say that Emilokon kind of politics sort of smells of dictatorship. You will never see the person again and all that. You remember that video? I'm sorry I didn't bring it tonight, okay? Because there's a new one. So Pastor Tunde Bakare has received the responses of the Emilokons. And their feedback is not something that Pastor Tunde Bakare really liked. Imagine they are saying that Pastor Tunde Bakare is a paperweight. Tinubu people, that Pastor Tunde Bakare is a paperweight. Who cares about him? There is somebody that used 100 million to buy 0 votes in APC presidential primary. Now, Pastor Tunde Bakare has responded. He said he didn't mention names, but some people don't take him personal now. Papa, what do you mean by you didn't mention name? You said Emilokon. Now, only one person they use Emilokon, and that's Tinubu. The Lagos Abobaku, the ass lickers, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the Oshogbo Alimajiris. They didn't find that funny, sir. So Papa has responded. He said, abuse me, call me names. When I got my 0 votes with 100 million naira, I got that with my real name, my real identity. Here you get. My 0 vote is of integrity. Omo, 0. The most expensive 0 in the world. APC, Egbe presidential 0 result, 100 million naira. But he's proud. So he don't send another signal now. So you might see more of these exchanges soon. And Pastor Tunde Bakare that told us then that what is wrong with all of you trying to dig into Kolu's life? What do you mean by you are trying to find out about Kolu? He has changed the life of the people. He has touched this and that. He changed Lagos. He fought Obasanjo. He did all of that, you know. For goodness sake, I have a message for you, the Yorubas. Baba, don't join us. Last. He has joined us. The thing where we they dig. Where about the talk say, you know, why are you guys doing like that? What do you mean you're going to pull him down? All those grammar and all that. He don't change tone. He don't join us. He doing well inside church.
The Bible states that out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, a truth will be established. And however, despite the encouraging support of many of you, I am prepared for vicious attacks from all and major presidential hopefuls and their agents who by now have concluded that I'm against them. One of such attacks came yesterday. Listen to what they wrote about the State of the Nation broadcast. I'm quoting them. A man who got 0 votes at primary election deserves no serious attention. Question, why did they then respond? A man who got 0 votes at primary election deserves no serious attention. He is a political paperweight whose utterances should not be given a serious thought. Can someone tell these people that scoring 0 in a primary election with one's true identity and integrity intact, as well as having original credentials from all well-known schools, primary, secondary, colleges, university, within and outside of this nation, is a veritable badge of honor, absolutely legit and unquestionable. Please tell them that in the words of Michel de Montaigne, there are some defeats more triumphant than victories. One of the special advisors that I thought had some semblance of nobility had to utter outright lies and falsehoods to satisfy his paymaster. He said that I did a video asking members of our church to vote for their candidate and then turn around to ask them not to vote for him. Unfortunately, there's no such video containing such falsehood. The abridged video these people are sending around is from a message preached here in 2020 with the title.
I know, Jare. See, Pastor Tunde Bakare, if you happen to see my video, I'm standing with you. Please, guys, help me. Hashtag, I stand with I stand with Bakare. Please. Because in this trying time, even if you get 0 in an election with your integrity intact, that's something. Kalu doesn't have that. That's true, he doesn't have that. Let's be honest. Please help me. I can't type. Help me put on there. Hashtag, I stand with Bakare. Because he has more to say. Sir, continue.
20 with the title, An Idle Man's Brain is the Devil's Workshop. So we know those idle brain now, and we know in whose workshop they are working. I made it clear in the video that I did not endorse their candidate's lifestyle, their candidate's business, or their candidate's type of politics. In the said video, I never asked any of our members to vote or not to vote for their candidate or any other candidate. By the way, our members are not zombies. They, by the grace, have their own minds, and we decide who to vote for on the election day. As for those whose stock in trade is lying against others and fabricating stories that are not true about them, our strong consolation is that their DNA and final destination is spelled out in the Bible. Listen to their DNA and their final destination from Psalm 58, verse 3 to 8. Psalm 58, 3 to 8. It reads, and I quote, "The wicked are estranged from the womb." That's why you hardly can know their father or mother. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf cobra that stops its ear, which will not heed the voice of charmers, charming ever so skillfully. Break their teeth in their mouth, O God. Break out the fangs of the young lions, O Lord. Let them flow away as waters which run continually. When he bends his bow, let his arrows be as if cut in pieces. Let them be like a snail which melts away as it goes, like a stillborn child of a woman, that they may not see the sun. And the people said, Amen. Dear friends, you can rest assured that I will take the vicious attacks of the agents of these political merchants in my stride. Ogawa Otube. Because I know that according to Voltaire,
yes, make them fight. We record the fight. That's why we call this platform the diary. Wala ti bere, you think it's a joke? But which one be say they be to be cut into half by their no be that one no be ekpe. Pastor Tunde Bakare, I stand with you because yes, I stand with you. Somebody said, what integrity? He used his church money, 100 million to buy 0 vote. Baba, let's leave that one for now. Okay, I understand. Okay, but at least for now. Sure you get. The demand need our support, encouragement to do more of this, to tell us more. But you see this issue of you don't know him papa, you don't know him mama, all these things, Pastor Bakare once told us that they are nonsense. A lot of pastors in Nigeria are saying they have not been hearing from God. They are not being, maybe Pastor Bakare go hear from God now. As in, you need our support. Because if we don't give him, some of you have never been social media trolling victim before, Abi. Some of these people are suffering different depression too. They are reading social media. He may be watching me too. Pastor, sir, I stand with you. Tell us more. Everything propoyem, everything scattered by anywhere, Lord. Share you get. I think he's going to tell us more.
You have a goal. And in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, we'll reach our goal. In Jesus' mighty name, we'll finish our assignment. Nigeria will be saved. Nigeria will be changed. And Nigeria will become great in our lifetime. In the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen. So let's go away from this now. Mind you, I am going to ask us. It's a request too, okay? And it is very, very useful if people can do it. On YouTube right now, we are nearly 2,000 of us. Only 500 of us actually really dropped your offerings, okay? So my own offering here is not that, no cash. Don't worry, okay? Your offering is just taking a minute. Leave the comment section, right? And just tap that like button. It's more or less like a register to show that you are here and you are not a robot. I know you are so comfortable lying down, watching that on screen, laughing and turning and all of that, or even busy typing and commenting, I know. But just take a moment. If we have over 1,800, then we should be more like over 1,000 of us who will actually stop. But fair enough. Let's go to Ekiti. No, let's go to Kaduna. Let's go to Kaduna. Then we'll go to Ekiti. Then we'll go to Abeokuta. Sharp. I'm not going to say much on this, okay? But this is what happened in Kaduna, where the Obidients were there today, where El Rufaya, Kaduna Little Finger, once told us that in this same Kaduna, if they see 200 people come together for this, you'll be bragging that all of you are hyping everywhere. Then it's never going to be in Kaduna. Anyway, something happened in Kaduna, and I don't think you want to miss it. No, because of any other thing than the fact that this is the diary, and you have always been keeping the record, haven't you? So let's go to Kaduna again. Where's that Kaduna? Yeah.
Mama, Papa, Piki. Kaduna, we agree to now. We don't come Kaduna today. See our structure. Yes, structure. We don't get structure. See structure. Collect your PVC because we want to kick them out. We want to do what? A new Nigeria is possible. A new Nigeria is possible.
Then let me show you a few. I should have shown you that to explain that what Alimajiri system mean in northern Nigeria. We'll come back to that. Yeah. So I've just got most of them so mixed up that I'm sorry. I should have done all of this before.
If you put the other one.
Yeah. And I think I have another one, maybe this. Okay, here is another one. Here is another one.
If you put the other one,
time around is actually him, addressing them, right? So let's listen to what he told them in Kaduna today. That's Obi. In Kaduna today, did I just mix that up? Right. Okay. I'm going to have you listen to this bit. Now I'm going to bring that part up where he actually addressed them. Okay. Sorry about that.
If you put the other one, if you put the other one together, there will be 70. The other one, we don't know their age. Labour Party! Labour Party! Go out there and pick up your PVC. A new Nigeria is possible. We are promising that new Nigeria. We are committed to it. We want Kaduna to go back to being what Kaduna is. Where every Nigerian will be proud to come. I had a branch in Kaduna. I was proud. I celebrate Kaduna every day. That is what we want to do. That is why we are coming to you.
Do you get that? So there is a part where his wife met with women and all of that, but we don't have much time left. Okay, I need to manage my time before I bring on a princess tonight to complete, to continue that our fundraiser for the school children we are planning to reach out to, especially in Yoruba land. Okay, sorry. On this platform, we have an ongoing project, yeah, where we are raising funds to procure at least 50,000 different grades of exercise books for 6,000 school children in Yoruba land. Our own way of trying to stop something like this in Yoruba land. Just a moment, okay? Now take you back to Obi. I just started reminding. So it's going to be the last segment of this conversation where I'm going to bring a princess on to be part of it as well, okay? So I've got 30 minutes to wrap up before then. This is what we're trying to prevent in Yoruba land. So if you are touched in any way, stay back after the whole thing and support us. We appreciate it. We would not want to see this in Yoruba land. Would you? So that is called Almajiri system. Up north, these are the underage school children, especially school-age children who are supposed to be in school. But their parents who couldn't afford to send them to school, they handed them over to different Islamic clerics in northern Nigeria, who then have to send them out to beg in order to be fed. And they are in their millions, no joke. 22 million of children like that are currently out of school in Nigeria. In Yoruba land, we have over 4 million of them out of school in Yoruba land alone. And I'm just being generous. So we may not be able to actually do so much, but whatever little we can, we are very much willing to carry them out, responsibly. So you can be part of it too. Yeah, we have raised close to 7 million naira as we speak. And then we are still out with about 3 million naira, which will cover our logistics and balance up our printing. 6,000 school children are our targets. But let's go back to Kaduna, where Obi spoke with the Obidients before we go to Ekiti and Abeokuta. Anyway, that will conclude the Kaduna Obedient rally. But I don't think that should conclude it without playing the part where he met with the students, right? Somebody said that to Maiyegun, I saw your message. Yes, I saw your comment. To Maiyegun, everyone else is a criminal except Obi. You are just being dishonest. You are a typical Nigerian. Okay? And you love it if, I don't know if it is your Stockholm syndrome that make you think, right? I am in support of Obi. Let me tell you something. Of course, yeah, talking about them just like talking about him, and it's just like talking about the rest of the rogues in Nigeria. But here is the difference. The way they work, right? If you think there is difference between APC and PDP, then it may be difficult for you to understand what I'm going to say next. Okay? If you are the type, a typical Nigerian who sit back and feel like there is difference between APC and PDP. Despite the fact that there is no difference, responsibility differs. Those who were the active players in people destroying people for 16 years were those who came together to give birth to the APC, a Bekegbe that has further ruined and divided Nigeria in the last 7 years. But the whole responsibility category in my book are as follows. You must be a weary, a sort of a undiscovered or yet to be detected weary, to be a supporter of anything APC, a Bekegbe, who doesn't take any responsibility but ready to victimize everyone else but themselves, right? And then come on MaiyegunsDiary Politico and expect me to be fair. Are you mad, Dini? Do you even understand the word fear, being fair? APC, a crooked organization that has unleashed never seen before division in Nigeria, and yet it's not taking responsibility for it. Whatever is going on in Nigeria today, whether it is the Biafran agitation, the Yoruba nation agitation, the Middle Belton agitation, the terror, everything that is going on in Nigeria today, APC, Egbekegbe, is responsible for them. Why? Because they are the only one who has the capacity as a government, the resources to hand, and then if there is disunity, they are those who have the resources to bring everybody together by being equitable, just, and fair to everyone. And you see all those agitations will die down, but they are irresponsible like many of you. So don't come to me and think I hold you any kind of being fair. You must be mad. That's one. You as a people destroying people that have been always, like we have been made to believe that we have no way out of this madness that Nigeria has plunged us into, right? You must also be mad to actually think when I condemn the APC, I'm actually liking you. You must be mad. I've said that many times, right? Now, with the destruction that we have witnessed, what are you coming back to fix? To fix the APC you gave birth to. So that as usual, right? Then the APC of today will become PDP. You are mad. So, people like us have seen this too for so long that we completely gave up. Like, no, it's a pure waste of time getting in any way involved in any remedy process about Nigeria. Then on this platform, I told you, right? I know the system. I know the crooked criminals. I know those who brought this upon you, right? And in all of this, when you see the Obi and the Obedient and the rest of them, first the Obedients, they are the victims of the system that you, Olori Brukus, are defending in PDP and APC. Don't you think so? That Olori Brukunye, that you want APC or you want PDP in what they have done to Nigeria in 23 years. Oh, Olori Brukunye. Now, not just that. Oh, so the Obedient that I know of before Obi came to the picture at all, they are the victims of the system who are tired of keeping quiet or supporting it. And I've made it clearer many times that if I wanted to see any karma against a system that feels like it has crushed everybody and nobody can question them, if you try anything, you go to jail. You will resume boot slaves in PDP and APC. You young people watching old men ruined your future, ruined your life right before, but you are looking for crumbs from them, right? You've given up, boot slaves, right? So if there's anything that you can call a karma, something that says maybe it is not over until it is over, that's when the Obedient comes in. And I call them your karma. Whatever you do with yourselves, from my own experience, it's none of my business. Because whether I support or I don't, at the end of the day, even though I'm not living in Nigeria, I'm always going to be a victim of your decisions over the criminals that are ruling over you. So don't come here and think, when I tell you that I don't give a damn about your election, but if the Obedient are going to be your karma, I am going to use them every day. And everything they do, I will amplify them. And if that will be something that will keep you sleepless night every night, yeah, so be it. But whatever you do to yourselves, that's your business. You should know that. And the consequences of whatever you do to yourselves, I'll wait for my own share. I didn't support Bokwari. I condemned that from day one because I knew you are all criminals. Yes, I knew. But am I not one of those victims now? Am I not one of those who are paying the price of the consequences of your actions? Don't come here and start saying that this Maiyegun is seeing Obi as saint. Show ya wereni. Ekiti. Okay, no. Before we go to Ekiti, there's a part of that Kaduna visit where he was answering questions from the young people or students and all that. I want to share that part too. Listen to this.
Some countries we visited, Singapore, China, Malaysia, they depend on these skills centers trained by these manpower. Thank you, sir. Three questions. Let me start with the question asked. You have opportunity of being a manifesto. Please, soft copy. That the judge best would go on. Our first plank of our manifesto said to secure and unite Nigeria. To secure and unite Nigeria. And let me tell you, the problem you have in Nigeria with the issue of security is not that the enemy or criminals are more formidable than government. No. It is basically, it is not that the enemy or criminals are more formidable than government. No. It is simply that there's a lack of leadership, a lack of organizational structure, security organizational structure to deal with that. And I assure you that we will lead from the front. We will ensure we will secure Nigeria. Because it is the basis. It is the basis of good business. I spent my Christmas in IDP camp. And then I spent my New Year in IDP camp. And I told them, as long as Nigerians are in IDP camp, all of us are in IDP camp.
I think that's why he usually tells them that sort of fascinating. Listen, Nigeria is done for. Sure you get. And no amount of pretense will make that not real. It's real. Okay? So whatever you do with yourself next month on the diary, for the sake of our own children and children, so that they won't become as dumb as some of you generations of stomach, my stomach only. Sure you get. Posterity will be kind, even when I'm long gone, and say, I came across a video of a man, and that video says like about 30 years ago. Maiyegun, and the man is, you know what I mean? Because our children need to know. And your comments every now and then, here and there, internet won't forget. Our children need to know the role we play when majority of you on-boot slaves decided to continue to validate the license of your slavery without any sort of remorse. Just put it on record. Let's go to Ekiti, where Atiku was also on ground. The blah, 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 blah. From there, I think, well, it came down.
kowa naka ne unifier dan lamido Allah shi ba shugaban kasar Najeriya Allah shi ba Najeriya dan lamido Allah ja Atiku Abubakar unifier babu dan amana an kai da sanda zuwa
Yeah. Then after that, I think he met with the religious groups in Ekiti. Okay. The Muslims, the Christians. He had a meeting with them. But let me just play this part where a Yoruba sheikh was asking him questions or endorsing or praying for him, right? This one in Ekiti yesterday, where they said Fayoshe didn't show up. Seyi Makinde didn't show up. But it was in Abeokuta today, and I think Seyi Makinde had to show up. But Ekiti yesterday, by the way. Maybe funny. Have you ever seen Dino Melaye, Kenari Melaye, doing Anyogbu before? Interpretation. I've been asked subtitle. Have you listen to this.
is appreciating you that you have a very important visitor today. Let's pray for the Kadis. So what we have come here to do, after God answers our prayers, we will all be alive to enjoy the benefits.
Here you get. But Atiku responded in the, I think it was in the palace of Ado of Ewi, or Ewi of Ado. Sorry, Ewi of Ado.
Request of the chief as well as the chairman. Mr. Chairman, I want to let you know that I've been plying this road, but that's before you were born. And I know it very well. It has become a death trap. So, and most of us kept my road together. I was the only one.
Very poor quality, poor audio and all that. Don't worry. Isha said blah, blah, blah there. It didn't say much about his SPV, companies and all that. Let's go to the arena where those that receive their pay are to do the job. I'm sorry if you think I'm actually like believing that they have to pay them before they bring out all these crowds, because they paid them. I mean, it's not new anyway. And there is another one. I told you I won't say much because my time is running out. I've got just about 8 minutes, but I need to show you all of this. It's part of the package for tonight. Here is another one. Remember, I'm going to share both Ekiti and Abeokuta, by the way, okay? So it was also in Abeokuta. That was today. Both. Here is another one.
Mr. President.
Anyway, that's that. When he landed, then we go to another one. I think it should be this. Listen. Anyway, the most entertaining party is actually in Ogun State, where people were dancing and all of that. Very funny. Maybe not funny. What would you like to see? This one is in Abeokuta, Ogun State, where Ladi, the son of the Baba Jebu, is the PDP candidate as governorship candidate in Ogun State. Currently, the APC governor in Ogun State is Dubious Dakpo Abiodun. Now, Dubious Dakpo is going for second term. Now, Ladi, I haven't coined name for him yet. Okay, if he becomes governor, anything at all, I've got names for him. But for now, let's call him Ladi. Now, Ladi, who hosted Atiku today, also hired enough. I seen like them that these are Remo. These girls looks like Remo girls. I be a lie. Hey, Otiton. See, Eluku. I have a brother. He's Lukman. I won't say his second name, but he's probably watching. Eluku. I suspected those ladies as Remo, Shagamu girls, and Remo girls. They were those there, APC Olule and all of that, Baba. Sunshine, are you watching? DJ Sunshine. Our Remo, I'm suspecting them. Here's another one. Yeah, it's Canary Dino. Canary Dino. I told you, if you listen to all of these and Canary Dino is not featured, then nothing happened. Nothing significant. Now listen to Canary. The Dino himself.
Wọ́n sọ pé kí ọkọ̀ máa rìn nítorí pé wọn ò fẹ́ ká darapọ̀. Ojú tí wọ́n bójú ó ti wọ́n. Ẹ sọ fún àwọn ọlọ́tẹ̀ pé gómìnà sú òdìdí ààrẹ. PDP ẹ ṣe gan PDP ẹ sọ ẹ bá mi kọrin yìí lágbájá ti ṣẹ̀ wá lágbájá ti kó wa jẹ àwọn aṣá ti padà lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ PDP máa kó wa lọ lágbájá ti ṣẹ̀ wá. PDP máa ẹ bá mi gbé Atiku lẹ́mẹ̀ta. Ẹ bá ibi tó bá dúró sí bá mi bọ́ ẹnìkejì lọ́wọ́ pé congratulation ọ̀rẹ́ bọ̀ wẹ̀rẹ̀ wá. Ekiti people, we are very, very happy that there was an order today. There was a meeting with National Union of Road Transport Workers banning the movement of vehicles. They banned vehicles, but they did not ban your legs. And most of you prayed from
Just like I said, it is not complete without Dino. Sure you get. One moment, There is someone, there is one, I wouldn't say faceless because somebody actually typed this. I'm going to bring it onto your screen. You are going to read it, okay? This person, and please, when you are reading it, okay, just ignore the name. Sure, you can ignore the name because the name may not be real. It may be a fake account, okay? But read what he has to say. 50,000 exercise on Facebook, 50,000 exercise books for 6,000 pupils in 50 schools. Average of 8 exercise books to each pupil. And someone opened special account for donation on this. And to say some gullible individuals will contribute towards this cheap project. How much is one exercise book multiplied by 50,000? Someone who claimed to be the super can't shoulder that. Instead of me funding Maiyegun's lifestyle, I will rather consult a printer to do me thousands of exercise book booklets for my local government pupils. When will our mumu and all of that stuff? Okay, so. Sorry, I haven't made his name. What's his name? Josephine Okafor. If you are real, you see, there is something called crowdfunding to help more people. You see that thing you call ordinary is a 10 million naira project. So, is it really okay to say I should go and save 10 million naira to take care of these children? Or or should I say, wait till I get 10 million naira, or call other people and crowdfund this and reach these people in time? Which of them is better? Now, listen, Okafor, if you don't know, there is no special account opened, okay? What we do on MaiyegunsDiary Politico is called public crowdfunding. And which means for every penny that is put together, they are not for Maiyegun, for goodness sake. They are not for Maiyegun. Every penny that every people know, including you, that is actually not part of it. You can sit down and you will see it soon. You will witness how we do it soon. I don't print books. I don't take contracts. I don't get any money from anywhere. It is called crowdfunding, my dear sister. Crowdfunding for a certain cause. It's not money to give to Maiyegun. I have my own money, Josephine. I do. And I actually feel like if you have an idea, let me give you a hint. On MaiyegunsDiary Politico alone, you can just Google, how much do you think MaiyegunsDiary Politico is worth based on its content that doesn't have to take anything from you? I'm just talking about. You'll be surprised. Honestly, go to Google and Google it. How much is MaiyegunsDiary Politico worth in a year? You'll be surprised. So, but I don't have to save 10 million naira before I can help people. Other people can pull our resources together and help more people. You may call it cheap. I don't know how rich you are, but I'm not a rich person. I don't have 10 million naira. Okay? Because just last month, right, we did the same thing. Let me show you something. Josephine, in case if you are watching, this is one of the areas we went when we pull our resources together. It's called the people we don't know. They don't know us, but they are Yorubas. And it is not just about giving them something, giving them food or giving them a book or what have you. It is actually engaging with them, having a chat with them, and then leaving a memory. You have no idea. I understand. I'm not going to take offense, but trust me, I have my own money, but you have no idea that I have my own money, right? Listen to this.
Opinion títí wa tẹ́ ìbá ní ti yín àwọn náà ní ti wọn ṣé àgbà tí mi sọ yé yín torí pé Yorùbá ni wá kì í ṣe màálù.
Now, these are the people back in Nigeria. These are the people that are doing things beyond social media. Okay? We don't just talk about things. We impact lives. We engage with people. The victims of everything we talk about in Nigeria on this platform. We reach out to them to see how much can we actually but you may not have an idea of this. None of us is actually doing this because of what we can get. In fact, if you actually see what we are doing, it is costing us our own personal money. But I understand if this is new to you, but look at the lives, look at the faces, right? You may not understand Yoruba, okay? But these are the people we met, and they interacted with us. And they wanted us to come back again. These are the people the Nigerian politicians are deceiving, lying to. So, Josephine, I am not asking you to give me your money. And everything we have done has always been voluntary. I remember this Mama in Oshun. Then afterward, you see that it's not about food, it's not about what we give to them. It's actually about interacting with them, what Nigeria is doing to them. What can we do to ameliorate that? How can we be of help? Politicians are giving them conditions, putting them under suns, suffering them, weaponizing poverty. We decided to intervene, be part of that. You know. Anyway, it's not a distraction. It's just an opportunity to educate somebody. And I told you not to see the commenter by their name. It may be a fake name. It may be anything. Okay. I am so proud of what I have done with myself. I am so proud of what I've done with my name. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of those who have been part of my story. Do you understand that now? So when we say we are going to reach out to 6,000 school children in 8 states in Yoruba land, it is because with 3.2 million naira, we were able to reach out to 600 families with a worthy quality food that will reach out to them with quality messages in 7 different states in Yoruba land. We were in Ondo State, we were in Ekiti State, we were in Ogun State, we were in Osun State, we were in Kwara State, we're also in Lagos. So tell me, if we say we want to reach out there to 6,000 school children with 10 million naira project, you don't have to believe us. Well, I mean, I keep saying it. You're going to sit down there one day soon, and you're going to see those beautiful faces, those children, when they are going to be full of joy. And if you are so rich that you could afford 10 million, there are people who can afford 10 million here. Okay? But we kind of feel better doing it together. Okay? Okafor, Josephine. Sorry about that, okay? So now let's wrap this up before I bring Princess on, okay? I'm going to bring Princess on. We're going to do some update accounting, and we are also going to, I have already started receiving donation anyway, so you know, okay? I've got some which came in through the Give Send Go. I have seen your donation through the, through the PayPal. I have seen that, but I'm going to bring Princess on soon to be part of this conversation so that, we can, because by Friday, which is in 2 days' time, I think, we are going to have to mobilize the printers for these exercise books, right? We're already recruiting those who are going to be in our entourage, who are going to reach out to these students, okay? So thank you so much to everybody who has been part of this, by the way. But there's a part I want to play to you before I bring Princess on. That's going to be what happened in Ogun State, where Dino Canary Melaye, as usual. I mean, I actually wanted you to hear Atiku. It's not that it matters. But let me play this part of Canary Dino. Then I'll let you listen to Atiku. Then I'm going to bring Princess on. So we're going to do some little, sort of a juggle here and there. And we will know where we are at. Okay? So, thank you. Don't go anywhere. Abeokuta.
Nisi, I have the pleasure to invite to the microphone the Director General of our campaign, the Governor of Sokoto State, former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Chairman Nigerian Governors Forum, Chairman PDP Governors Forum, Right Honorable Aminu Waziri Tambwa.
Well, leave Tambua. I'm not here to waste your time any longer, okay? But what did Atiku say? What did Atiku say when he was speaking to the people in Abeokuta, Ekiti? Listen.
PDP! Power to the people, power to Ekiti. Thank you very much, the people of Ekiti. You know, honestly, what I have seen today almost brought tears into my eyes. Do you know why? Before we came here, some people said we were not going to see anybody in Ekiti. We now realize what they meant was to cripple public transportation in Ado-Ekiti today. Not only in Ado-Ekiti, but the whole of Ekiti State. Again, they didn't stop there. They caused an artificial scarcity of petroleum products so that even if you have your motorcycle, you have your own car, you cannot move simply so that they don't allow you to come here. But you braved all their challenges. When I came into this arena, I almost shed tears of joy. What I can assure you, that if you vote PDP, if you vote PDP into power next month, the way you have made us happy today, we will also make you happy in Ekiti State.
70 years old man. Jesus is not.
Oh, well, I just save time. We have more time. Sorry, guys. This is the segment where we dedicating, to the. Sorry for this fundraiser update. What's going to happen, and and then where we are at. Princess, I believe you have been watching as well, right?
Yes, yes. I have. Good evening, everyone.
One moment, So at this point, we are just going to talk about this project, okay? And it's mostly about the Yoruna Union. So you may, if you probably want to leave now, you can, because if you want to stay back, you can be part of it. But it's just that we're going to be mixing the conversation with Yoruba, English, and all of that stuff. As friends of Yorubas, you can stay and watch us how we do it. Josephine Okafor, that fake account, stay and watch how we do it. And maybe you can learn one or two things, okay? We are not ashamed, or should I say we are not ashamed of pulling resources together to help people that don't know us, that we don't know, or because we share so much in affinity, we care for what will likely happen to those that the system continue to cut off from the opportunity ladder. So, Princess, I am going to give myself a new cup of tea before we start. Okay. And I'm also going to let you get ready. I know you're ready. You've been there. I have run out of tea, and it's like I'm drinking an empty cup. So stay back, okay? Let me make myself a tea, and then when I get back, we can just do this quickly. Whatever time allows us to, okay, ma? So stay back, and I will be back.
Okay.
Some people think say you dey do juju. Is this a joke? They will never go free. Them dey bone face oh yeah, Dawood them dey bone face for. Busy body you're so wicked they walk oh. You know, as I'm watching on television now, they paint them. That is all. And they sweet there. When they see me appear like this, they paint them. And I promise them, I'm here to bury them. I see they paint them, they sweet us. I see they rain us, they pay. When I say I see they paint them, they sweet us. I see they sweet us, they go they pay. I see they paint them, they sweet us. Face me and face you. Every morning, every afternoon, every night, weekend, every day, weekend. Weekend is not important. Why are you worried? Weekend is not important. Why are you worried? Allow weekend to rest. A biggie man, a biggie man, a biggie man, a biggie.
See, yeah, that's very wicked. I mean, there are so many people that people will miss. So after this 2023 whole thing, Princess, how are you, ma?
I'm fine. You, Maiyegun?
Well, I'm here surviving. But I have almost missed it again tonight. The last 2 days, I have been like on a roll. Someone said that, you've been on a roll in the last 2 days. And I'm actually missing the most important part of this month. Somebody was trying to mock us there, Princess. Somebody was mocking us that we are trying to get money in the name of
talk is cheap, Maiyegun.
Stuff. I know talk is cheap.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't use that chance to actually like be so like, are you mad? Didn't know. I used the chance to actually sort of pass a message for people like that. That person, that fake account may not be the only person who feels like that. But we thank God for we are grateful for the fact that we have the credibility that could be traced. So, Princess, tonight we have just about 40 minutes.
Okay.
And we have to do two things. Very important. First, update on where are we. Then, once we know where we are, we can begin to talk about time frame for execution of what we are going to do. So, from my own side, like I told people in the past, we have different platforms that we are using to raise this fund. Our target initially was to reach out to get 100,000 exercise books for different categories of school children, starting from the KG to primaries and all that. But we realized that the timing, the cost and all of that, right, and the pressure to deliver in time. Since this is a continuous idea, continuous project, we decided that we should just go ahead and do whatever we can now. Here you get. So we are going to go with 50,000. They've already done all the cost factoring and every other thing in it. You are part of that team. However, you are also the team that is going to go out and execute this process. So we are raising funds on about 4 different fronts. The PayPal, the Cash App, the Give Send Go, then the Diaspora Radio Bank account in the UK, as well as the Nigerian account, Abby. So from my own side, the way it works, there are some of these funds that the moment they are donated, they come in straight away. This this type of donations come through the PayPal, Cash App, as well as the bank. So out of the 4 platforms that I am handling, 3 of them comes directly. You can easily say this is how much we have. The biggest one of them, which is the Give Send Go, which is also the one that is public. I have explained the process of how they get to give us our donation after verification. That indeed everybody who donated actually wanted to, and they didn't change their mind. So that then will mean that they will verify the money. They will now start sending the money in tranches. So yesterday, Princess, and everybody listening, I decided to start making withdrawal from almost 4K or 4 grand that we raised on Give Send Go. But there is something. The difference between Give Send Go, PayPal, Cash App, and bank account is that while the rest of these others, when you donate to them, they come straight in. If you are to be charged, they will charge you right away when you are making the donation. Once it gets through, that's what we get. But Give Send Go doesn't come straight away. Give Send Go will go through different process of verification. After that, they will begin to release the money in tranches while they take their own commission from it. They will cut out their cost of doing all of that. So which means if you see us on Give Send Go that we raised, for example, 1,000 pounds, that doesn't mean that we are going to get 1,000 pounds from them when they give the money to us. After this whole process, right, they will deduct what they have to deduct, a percentage that is somewhere around 13% rather. Whatever it is in tranches, we have to bank on what is finally released. which has always been our bedrock. So I have made a request yesterday to start withdrawing. So for now, I can't really say how much of this is coming to us, but I can possibly pretend that we won't be getting anything less than 3,000 from our donation, at least. So if we then have to go back and count on the ones that are direct, no commission, no nothing else anymore, they're already here in the bank. In the bank for our diaspora radio, I have received a sum of 420 pounds. Now, from that donation over time, 420 pounds, there is a particular one that is meant for you, Princess. There is a 20 pounds in that money donated by one of my viewers, probably watching right now. And it is for your birthday. So I put that aside, leaving us with 400 pounds. Now, on the Cash app, the one I can actually flash to you on the screen, we currently have nearly 800 pounds. Or it is actually 787 pounds. Now, that is cash. It's like cash at hand. Even though we don't have the cash right now, but we can make a withdrawal anytime. That's the Cash app. If you add the 400 pounds to this, that should automatically give us 1,187 pounds.
Yes.
The third one is our PayPal. You know, whenever we are raising funds like this, right? These platforms afford us opportunities to be able to identify donations and for what purposes as well. On PayPal, you can add a message and say, this money is for this. This money is for Princess. This money is for that person. Easily. Same on PayPal, same on Cash app, but not in the bank account, so to say. But you see, on our PayPal, there is also a donation for you, Princess. It's actually like somebody who gave like $50, but it got converted to pound sterling, and it came out as, I think, £47 pounds. If I should add that to the 20 pounds somebody gave to you through the bank, that means I am currently holding your, meanwhile, that 47 pounds came through the PayPal. So currently, I have my own money in my PayPal as well, okay? It's not much, but it's just about 30 pounds, okay? Now, if I take your own 47 pounds out, and I take my own 32 pounds out, it's actually 32 pounds. I have my own 32 pounds there. So if I take my 32 pounds out and your own 47 pounds, I think that should be 79 pounds. Give us the round figure, 80 pounds. Now, this is what I have on the PayPal as our balance. So when you, hang on, I don't know if it's going to come out. That when you see 801 pounds and you take 80 pounds out of this, what do you get? You get 721 pounds. That's what we have on the PayPal. Now, if you add the 721 pounds with our already, I don't know, I'm terrible in maths, but I think I said something about 1,140 something, right? Now, I will do the math and give the right figure at some point. But from my estimate, that means we have actually crossed 1,800 pounds from these three sources as the fund in the bank. At hand, we can pick out any time while we wait for the final and the total that will be remitted to us from Give Send Go. It takes 2 working days. Yesterday was the request. Today, and maybe tomorrow, it should be in the bank, and I'll be able to give updates on that. So, I'm sorry this took longer than I thought, but Princess would like you to tell us. We have been raising funds through the Naira account as well, which simply means that by the time we convert our pound sterling and add it to our already over 2 million Naira raised in cash in Naira, then we will likely not be far from the sum of 6.5 million or thereabouts. Now, our budget says to get all this done, we are going to spend about 7.5 million to get all of the 50,000 exercise books. Yes, 7.5 million. 60 leaves, 40 leaves, 2A, 20 leaves, 2B, 20 leaves, 6,250 copies of 60 leaves, 6,250 copies of 40 leaves, 6,250 copies of 2A exercise books of 20 leaves, and 6,250 of 2B exercise books. All of this will come down to 50,000 of them. And somebody was asking, we have done all the cost and all that. But when we realize that we are also going to have to fund the logistics, there are people that are going to have to do this for us. we do pay people who come in, and we almost we always welcome volunteers who want to assist us or help us to get this to the beneficiaries. So, Princess, I'm so sorry that I spoke so long. I had to. Do you mind? What do we have at your own end? From the last count, you told us that we had 2,050,000 naira. I remember that I have actually asked you to spend 150,000 naira, a particular request that should come with when we begin to refund that money back to you from here, right? So when you are calculating, just tell us everything that comes through to you and when.
Okay.
Mind you, I will advise that please keep to the last name of the donors, not the full name this time, just the last names.
Okay.
So what do we have?
Yeah, I got 50,000 from your total. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got 10,000 from one anonymous.
Right.
Then I got 20,000 from Beatrice.
Right.
Then 10,000 from Emmanuel.
Okay.
Then 40,000 from Mr. Odesomi.
Oh, Zadili Odes. Go on.
Then I got another 120,000 from Auntie Taiwa Adeyemi.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
it.
So
That's about
we have to say all we have realized. I remember the last time you told us that we have also paid out 125,000 or something.
Yes, that was when we had 170 or 2,175,000. We gave 125,000 out for the registration, which I don't want to talk about here right now.
I know. No,
we are through with it.
Yeah.
So then we had 2,050,000 naira left.
Right.
But presently, as we speak, with the 150,000 you asked me to send to someone.
Yeah.
We have 2,147,000 naira at the moment.
Say that again.
2,147,000 naira.
And if you had the 150,000 to eat,
that will give us 2,297,000 naira.
That is 2,297,000 naira. So,
yes.
One of the things that it is coming close, so it's about time. Or you know that you are going to be on the road soon, and this is not like what you did the last time. Okay, we are going to more places. You're going to be meeting more people, children, right? And logistics is one of the things we are actually so worried about. You told me that some people are already volunteering to come around and give you a hand if you get to all this.
Yes, I have people like to link Ominira, He said I can call on him at any time. I have one other person too, is in the comment section. I've seen him tonight in the comment section. So I'll call him too when I'm going. I have about 3 or 4 of them like that.
They want to come with you. I'm talking about actually going for. You see, there is this picture I'm going to put on the screen for everybody to see. When I was speaking to to Mrs. Busari, who happened to be in charge of our education projects in Yorubas Union, she told me that you have all finalized a design. What is really going to be on that cover? And then when I picked that up, this is what I got. Is that if you see it, let me know, okay, Princess, on the screen, okay?
All right, I will.
This is what is the final, what do you call it, approved with your team, right? Is this the final one that is going to be printed on those books? Or is this just like for 40 leaves? There are other designs for others too. Just, if you don't mind, Princess, can you see it?
Yeah, this is the final one. This is the final one we'll be using.
All of the printout, or you are going to make them differentiate them in a way that, sorry that I'm asking this publicly, because people probably would love to know what is really going into that publication.
I think the best person to answer this will be Mr. Oladele.
Right.
But this is the final one I saw. This is the one they sent to me.
And this is the one
This is the one I got. This is the one we are going with.
Right. I love it, I have to say, but I just wish I could see more designs. I saw so many designs in that conversation and that Telegram group, right? And they all look so beautiful. However, we have also said that going for 1,000 copies is like reminding ourselves that this is not a one-off thing. It is
yes, it isn't. It's going to continue. We'll do in September, you know. It is not something we are doing once. Children would always go back to school, you know.
That's right. That's right. Now, what I'm going to do is that I am going to open the line. If you have any question, if you have anything, you know what I mean, you can call in and ask. I've got about half an hour with Princess here, okay, to answer your question and at the same time to raise our what do you call it, our funds. Let me tell you this, okay, from what I expect or envisage, right, to get back from our give, send, go, and what we already have in our purse in foreign currency, which is the pound sterling, I personally believe that at least we should be expecting 4,500 in all of that for now. So if it is 4,500 pounds sterling, that's just a little bit, tiny bit over 4 million naira. And that means if we add the 4 million to what we have back in Nigeria, that's going to be something around hang on,
6.2 million.
6 million or 6 million. So to complete our publication, we are still short. Then from the logistics part of those who are going to help us get this to transportation or accommodation, you know, hotel accommodation, security. This time around, we are providing security for this team. We're not just going to send anybody into their own, into the den like that. A lot of us are concerned, and as an organization, we intend to provide security as well and sponsor. And pay for it. So if we have 7.5 million as our main budget for the real project, the logistics, our logistics alone is actually going to cost us over 2 million naira. Yes, transporting all this, paying those who are going to work for this. How many days are they going to be out? 1 week, 4 days, 5 days, we don't know. Whatever this is going to be must be factored in and must be paid for. We are not asking you to do it for us for free. If you are going to be a volunteer, the numbers to call is on the screen, fine. Yeah, but again, we would take care of every member of ours who take this upon themselves like Princess have done. So, there is a caller. So if you want to be part of this, I'm going to share the link right now in the comment section. Donation is voluntary. Sure you get. If you don't get, don't worry. Okay? We see your heart. Don't worry about it. If you have $1, £1, whatever it is, thank you for sharing. Thank you for contributing. All of us came about with all this money I'm mentioning it right now, and nobody is forced. Don't come back here and say, well, you're giving Maiyegun money. You're not giving me your money. You are helping people that are likely never going to be able to say thank you to you through Maiyegun. You're not giving me your money for me. They call I
hello, good evening,
hello,
sir.
Can you hear me? Yeah. How are you, Baba?
I'm fine, sir. I'm fine, sir.
Well, sorry for keeping you waiting, okay? You are live and everybody can hear you. Go on.
Okay. Good evening, Princess Eshigon. Thank you so much for the assistance you'll be rendering. It's okay. And with a ban law, safety because in Nigeria we are is full of insecurity, I am one of the insecurity.
Yeah, Idris in here or Princess, you want G sister near do. Want to release there, but want two by any want a motor talent. I that will come about that one. So bad. But yeah, that's Idris.
So Eshigon, and I want to thank everyone for their prayer and the support. Eshigon, thank you so much. Because I just want to talk to someone in Nigeria. Because in Nigeria that we are, it's full of insecurity. Which is not of it, it's make it right. Make it right. And make it right.
Meanwhile, sorry, Idris. Everybody asking me about that Naira account. Okay, if you are in diaspora and you just check your token now, you realize that you need 2 million. You can give us 2 million from that money. It's Naira. What they devalue it? Let's use them and help children who appreciate you. Seriously. So yes, that's the Naira account on the screen, and it is legit. Okay, and it's dedicated for this purpose only. Every penny that goes into it belongs to this project. Yeah, and that's what we have done. Idris, please continue. Mabino.
Okay, so I will just I'm just speaking to the mind of the people in Nigeria alone, because doesn't mean I am speaking to everybody as well. I am speaking to everybody because won't do me. This Nigeria is not working for us. Let us go for referendum. Let us go our own separate way. As the mantra everything is written on. I am speaking from Louis manager. Come on. Is there.
My brother. Idris, thank you so much. Yeah? Let me take another one because of our time. Yeah, so we have so limited time. Princess, because you know what? Sorry, my caller. 1 second.
Okay.
All right, Princess.
Yeah, money. Kazim Babatunde 50,000 right now. I just got that now.
That's brilliant. What do you call it? I won't say that no. Hang on. I saw something earlier, and that has to do with the gift send go. So it looks like there is already a donation there too. So yeah, what you're calling on here, be Princess.
For now, yeah.
That's all right. So I can take call. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Baba, how are you?
I'm good. And this is my first time calling you, and I've been following you for almost like forever, from the days of Facebook.
You come from that category of the silent viewers, the silent watchers.
Even every time my son sees you on the TV, we keep shouting, that is friend.
Now, Adi, that's fair enough. And you are not alone, though. There's so many videos on my phone of little kids, right? I am actually like, I've got so many of them as my fans, by the way, right? Children, 8 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. And their popular song is that of Maiyegun don't come, yo. Maiyegun don't come, you know? Well, it is well.
Good job, bro. So, firstly, I would like to say kudos to you and for Princess as well. And
thank you.
What you guys are doing. Yeah, and also, I want to tell Princess that one of my sister might want to help in this ongoing project that you guys are doing. She might be able to come over and help, because she told me that she lives in Lagos there, right? And if maybe after the show, maybe I don't know how I can get through.
No, I'll put the number up now. You see, I mean, that request you are making, I mean, that what you are just talking about now, Baba, there are many people like that who wanted that too, okay? But look at this, let me take this off 1 second. For everybody to know, wow, she gets anybody to help me or we come closer to where you live. Because Mama announced that, like, we're going to be here or there, right? So if anybody to help, the number meji. Print sorry with those two numbers
union organization.
I'm telling you, those two numbers we Princess is here. She will tell you. So we paid for that. The union bought the phones. The union bought the phones. The union is funding the credit on it. The union actually have people, not people. Princess said there is actually somebody assigned to take every inquiry or questions, and whichever one that she has to answer by herself, she will return the call on our behalf. So that number is our official number. So give it to her to save it. First, let's tell her to send message.
I'll tell her.
Send message and say, well, you are coming on. They will get in touch with her, Shani, who will reply. The Princess Abi?
Benny. Real.
Yeah, okay.
It's available. You can reach out on it, you know. I employed her like 6 months ago when Maiyegun talked about this, and I've been paying her hard payment of her salary on my own until we started last month. When I paid her full salary. So she's always with the phones and she would always attend to you.
She will reply all messages.
So,
the one she can't reply, she will take it to the princess herself and she will handle it. That's the plan.
Okay, I will do that. And more so, Maiyegun, before I go, because I know a lot of people will be on the line trying to comment. You don't know the gravity of what you're doing. You know, you're like someone like Fela, that all the things that he said in his time, and you know, it never fade up. Just keep doing what you're doing.
I will.
Just keep what you're doing. You have a lot of like mountain behind you that they are standing behind you. Not even walls, mountains. So my brother, just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much for all this support as well. I mean, of what use is an influence that doesn't actually impact lives. So through all of you, I am actually like a field that I could do anything. You know, imagine me trying to get 10 million naira before I could help people, when I can actually ask many of you want to do the same. Pull it together. Let's help them now.
Looking for a way to do that.
So which one is better? Like make money. I'm not a rich man. I've got lovely people. They are not rich, but we are rich in love. Our art can share. It gives.
Those people that think alike, that mind alike. So that is all what you need, and we are here for you anytime, my man.
God bless you. I can see all of that.
Bless you.
Thank you so much. Nice one. Nice one. So I like that, and I appreciate everybody who has always been like turning up, because without you, it's actually like. So meanwhile, for my own side, though, Princess, I have received a message from. I'm going to use our screen name, Prayer Docent. I got your message. £100 through the PayPal. She prefers PayPal. She loves PayPal a lot. Whenever she feels like she's a very, 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 very prominent member of this platform. One person that will usually send me a message and say, Maiyegun, you see this money, £100. We put £50 into what you are doing. This other £50 is for you. My princess, you have no idea. Every time I reply and say, thank you, ma. It's like that, you know, that your favorite grandma. Or that, you know, that will always be like, don't tell anybody, take this money, put it in your pocket. Don't tell your mama. That's the kind of person she is. And we appreciate her all the time. I got your message, ma. £100 is added to our PayPal. And let me check the balance and show you. By the way, but I also have a caller. Hello there.
Yeah, hello, Maiyegun. How are you doing?
I am very well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing very great. This is Fidelis calling from Canada.
Oh, Fidelis, Baba. Thanks so much for staying back. I would have expected that, I mean, like you won't be staying back after, you know, this is no longer like what we were doing 2 hours ago. But again, thank you, Baba.
Yeah, I also want to use the opportunity to thank Princess for that recommendable job that she's carrying out. Actually very bold, you know. Take up.
Thank you.
You know, do what she's doing. Thank you very much, Princess, for that as
You're
well.
welcome.
Thank you.
So just a quick one.
Yes,
to confess, I have not donated, you know, and to be frank, I want to encourage all our crews, you know. I'm from Niger Delta, but I schooled in Akure. Yeah, I stood in Futa, Akure, and then also did the masters in Unilag. So I have majority of my friends are troopers, you know. So I always like to support them in a grand style.
We would love.
I want to use this opportunity. I want to use the opportunity to beckon on most of them. You know, let's let's increase our figures, you know, because I know Nigerians how they spend even here in Canada, you know. Let's increase our figures. Let's put money into what is right. I want to use that to beckon on them. Second question, the question I would like to ask you, you know, I had sent you a text before because I was hoping you could respond, but I guess you were very busy.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
The question is,
go on.
This project we're embarking on, which is very good and recommendable. Yes. But the question is, with the advent of the election coming up, you know, we'll find that I'm not trying to be pessimistic here, but we can't tell what the atmosphere. We can't tell what the atmosphere will be like. Will that atmosphere be conducive for the project of
this magnitude or what
that we're embarking on, or we continue with the contribution. Contribution is ongoing, but in the execution of it, we kind of slow down a bit and see exactly what the atmosphere. Because if things actually turn bad, we're not praying for that. But if things really turn bad, I think the funds will now be generated into more of saving lives, hospitality, and trying to help schools.
You know what I'm going to tell you, Fidelis. Yeah, you know what I'm going to tell you, Baba.
Yeah.
You see what the beauty of this whole thing, right, is that the mystery behind the acceptability of what we are doing. Princess has been the one out there, and you'll be surprised that she actually feels safer doing what she does than many of us are worried about. That's one.
Okay.
The second part is that we are not taking chances. And she has been very kind of, professional by telling people, I am not here for anything or to have anything to take from you. I just want to tell you a few things, okay? And I don't care if you are PDP or APC. I am not interested in whatever you are doing about your election, but I have something to share with you. Baba, that magic word there actually worked magic. Yeah. But I understand your concern, and that's why some people said, when we are going next time, right, the situation around today, we should not take any chances. So, but you know the beauty of it is that when you wake up one morning, or let's say one afternoon like that, and you are up, Maiyegun is life like this one, and right there where you are watching, right, and you are seeing children in their hundreds and thousands.
Yeah,
right.
Quite very.
Do you understand how you're gonna feel? You're gonna be like, well, for the moment, they have done it all. I'm seeing it all. You may now come back later and feel like, but their safety. But again, we are not taking chances. That's all I can tell you. But we are not slowing down. Sure, you guys,
As a matter of fact, Maiyegun, when you go meet these people, immediately you get to them. They know where these people are. These kidnappers, they will tell you, don't pass this place. That's where they kidnap. Take this other route. This is where it's safe. It is quite rough, but it is safe around here and all that. You know, they do that. So it's like we're all working together.
And we don't even
we're all working together. They lead us, they tell us where to pass and where not to pass when we go there.
Sure, you get. So we are being careful about
I'm not really too worried about your safety there, because I know definitely it's God that protects everyone, you know. I'm just only hoping that with this execution, it's going to be possible even during the atmosphere of election, and then when the election is over.
I know.
You know, that's where my concern is.
Like the impact of what we are going to do. Won't election just rob us of that, Abi?
Beautiful. They would have channeled money into fire, because instead would have used the money to save lives and see how we can help people who are around to Cotonou and all that. That's my fear. That's my fear.
It's not a bad idea, Baba. And like I said, we are so blessed on this platform that a lot of people with a lot of ideas and no idea, no suggestion is ever a waste. Okay, Baba? It will be taken into consideration and trust me.
It's even a good one at this time. Yeah, it's a good one at this time of election. You know, giving a child books, you know, to write on, and when they get home, they get to show it to their parents. The people in the compound get to see it. You know, we are spreading the message. We are sending the message across, and it's going to get to more people. So by the end of this particular thing we are doing at the moment, we'll have more people on our platform. We have more people on WhatsApp groups, and you know, the number should just keep growing. since we all know that there is power in number.
Yes.
Brilliant.
So on behalf of me and my family and then my friends, I'll make a contribution of 100,000 before the end of this month. This project, to kind of encourage you guys and then to say that we are solidly behind you. And whatever happens, you save our fatherland.
I mean, we are all going to wait for the visualization of what will happen and the effect of that as well, which some people.
I can't wait to rejoice and celebrate with you. I only pray that my Niger Delta brothers too wake up. Let's wake up from this number.
Nigeria, see, Baba, Nigeria will wake everybody up. I told you last night. I said when people say wake up, we are just being nice. Nobody is sleeping. All these people know what is going on. Everybody know what is going on. People have make up their mind. They know what they're going to do.
Spiritual wake up.
Sure, you get. But Nigeria will then knock sense into people that they will stop living in denial, right? And they will actually wake up, the proper wake up you are talking about. Sure, you guys. But we will never stop. We won't. Thanks so much.
Let me give chance to others to talk. Thank you very much. Kudos there.
God bless you. Thank you very much. And that's the from Canada. Meanwhile, I have another caller on the line. Princess, meanwhile, my caller, Emma, hold on 1 second.
I have Awolusi Olola J, 10,000 naira.
Right. And that's that, yeah?
Yes. That's
brilliant.
It.
So I have also received over £100 donation on Give Send Go. If we all pay attention to the screen when we started, you will realize that we started from where is it? Yeah. So we started. Hang on. Yes. So we started from a balance of 7,200. Or thereabouts. Now we have received over £120. You see, when you exchange, when you convert all this our own money, right, to what Nigeria money is kind of impressive. Like like you tell yourself and be like, well, we did well, we have done well. For everyone, I mean, for everyone who actually dipped their hands in their pocket to do this, we appreciate it. So because prayer docents. $100. What I have, through the Give Send Go, over £100. By the time you put all of them together, that means that from my own side, I've probably actually crossed over 200 grand. That's why we are talking now. Okay, I have a caller, Princess. Hello there.
Yeah, good evening, Maiyegun.
Baba, how are you, sir?
Yeah, good evening, Queen Balogun.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, madam. It's a pleasure of seeing your pretty face tonight.
Thank you, sir.
You remind me of two people in my family. One is my daughter, and one day I showed her your picture that this is the kind of a woman I wanted to be because she's a very brilliant girl, very talented. But unfortunately, I lost her last year. And the second one is my sister. Her name is just like your name, Oladune. She's in America. Very pretty sister like that too. So
sorry about your daughter.
Yeah. I just want to say thank both of you for what you are doing. And may the grace of the love of Almighty God be with you all the time. You see, like what happened to that guy, the one whose family was abducted. He knew how painful it is because Nigeria has happened to him. The same thing applicable to me. When Nigeria happened to you, then you know the pain. I spent millions for my daughter's sickness. But at the end of the day, what they were doing there is they use her for experiment, not doing the right thing. And these are the things that is happening in Nigeria. And today, I feel sad, bad, seeing the people of Ekiti State, which is former Ondo State, for whom we are, because I'm from Ondo State, I'm from Ekale. For the kind of person we are, we stand with justice. But seeing them welcoming this kind of characters with everything that the social media has exposed about them. How they are impervious to human dignity, the way they mess up people's lives, and the way they are still looking forward to loot and to destroy them permanently. And people still go for these people and welcoming them instead of stoning them, pouring hot water on them, or pouring acid on them. These are your destroyers. It's just like in those days, when they say somebody is a thief from a house or from a family, that family is excommunicated. Nobody wants to deal with your family. But nowadays, it seems like what you said, we love our oppressor, we praise our oppressors, we glorify them, we give them chieftaincy title, we give them the front bench in the church, we give them the front bench in the church, in the mosque. Babala, we even allow them a privilege of coming to his this thing. So I just wonder, I somehow feel what is that thing that is making these people, their life has been so turned upside down, they are not thinking well. Is it not thinking well, or are they brain dead, or are they brain damaged? Sometimes I keep wondering, look at what you are doing now. Look at what every one of us is doing to contribute to the development of children that are supposed to be in the school. And now somebody is coming up with seeing people like you and with your showing things for them to see that, look, we are transparent. And somebody is going on behind and say somebody is trying to.
You can't rule them out. You see,
I know.
Nigeria and people like that are called. I believe that when the Bible said, "Pray against all principalities," some of you think they are spirits. They are not spirits. Nigerian politicians are principalities. They are sellers and supporters of principalities. Don't waste your money only. So go to, if you have money and you want to go for pilgrimage because of your faith, because of your God, fine. But do not go to Mecca and start stoning Shaitan. That's one destroying Nigeria. And don't, if you are looking for anybody to stone, save your money. If that's the reason why you want to go to Mecca, don't go. Okay? Don't go and stone Shaitan. When you see politicians that you are using their images here and here on your WhatsApp, on your Facebook, everywhere, those are the principalities your pastor says you should pray against. And if you are smart enough, you won't waste money going elsewhere to punish Shaitan. Right there. See them in different faces and different sizes, shapes and form, ages and their sexes. Just pick. They are the principalities, sir. Except I'm wrong. Princess?
Maiyegun, what kind of God are they serving in that country?
Nigerian God.
And that is why I said...
No, Nigerian God is different from other gods, yeah. There's a Nigerian God. Yeah, there is God. See, Baba, there is Nigerian God. There is Nigerian God.
Oh,
see, God, as people know it universally, right, is fair, is just, is compassionate, is empathetic, and all of that, yeah? But Nigerian God is a God who actually punishes you. If I don't like you right now, I will ask Nigerian God to help me punish you. You will see what will happen to you. I'll tell God, God will just, Nigerian God is a scary one. Okay? And usually, Nigerian God is just there to what? To threaten and intimidate the poor, the vulnerable, the weak into compliance. Anything outside that, they will ask you not to ask. If you answer that one. So Nigerian God, the proper God, and that's why when you say, which kind of God are they serving in this country? It is Nigerian God, sir. I don't know if that answers your question. You can research it. Go and read more. It's true.
Yeah. You are quite right. And that is why when they were preaching about this, they are using religion and ethnicity in their political charade. I said, okay, if the two religions, they are the one that is on the high table, messing up this country, messing up our country, messing up our system, messing up our people. Then why don't we allow Babalawo and Mamalawo to be on the throne and let them carry their share, their Ayelala, their Shompono, their Ogun, then let's see whether this country will be good. Oh, that is if they want it to be good. But
it's human-made. Anything else is just a facade, so it's a cover. Okay, when you meet politicians that says I am a Yoruba man, okay, and I love Nigeria, he's lying. I am an Igbo man, and I believe so much in Nigeria. Nigeria will be great. In a lie. You can believe them at your own whatever as it is. When Nigerian politicians says they are more kind of perfect than one another. Nigerian politicians are like the replica or definition of chameleon. They are like actors. They can play any role. If you want them to act like somebody who believes so much in God, they can convince you. And you'll be like, oh my God, I actually didn't know that the Nomelaye is full of spirit. When somebody watch singing and says, oh more. And this Dino, I always thought this Dino is, this Dino is filled with Holy Spirit because they have to act it. Man, I didn't know this Kolu can actually recite, Surah Al-Fatiha this much. I actually thought he couldn't. So if you now believe them in area of religion, of tribe, because they look like you, they talk like you, they dress like you, they worship like you, they share the same skin like you, and you believe them. Baba, I am going to be here to tell you later when they say, I told you so, but you don't believe. So don't trust what I thought they have. It is the system. And people are always ready to set themselves up. But what do you say to people who are like willing and waiting to be scammed by politicians? And then they get scammed. Do you pity them?
Maiyegun, you see, God gave us, He created us in a way we can do things on our own. He gave us life and He gave us a garden to go and plow the land and plant things and do things. How can somebody be telling me how I'm going to plow my land? You see, the eccentricities involved in bringing Nigerians or Nigeria together, which is from day one anyway. I've never believed in this one Nigeria before all these things started happening. From my day one, even from the age of 12, when I started knowing being a man, because with the the Hausas and the Gambaris, that's what we know them for in that time. The way they behave is opposite our ways of life. You understand? So how do you, in your family, you have a wife, just like my father have more than one wife and children, but we all eat on the same table. And if anything happens, we call a family meeting and everybody, we address the issue. So how can I address an issue with somebody who doesn't understand my language or my culture or my tradition? Who doesn't know where I'm coming from?
Pretending to be a patriotic Nigerian, you can pretend that you are trying to make a deal, which is not real. And that's the problem.
So how can an outsider come and tell me how to behave in my family, how to rule my family? That is an insult, And even the Bible said that without is the enemy within that is going to expose us to the enemies without. So with all these things, I believe in Nigeria, if we, by the grace, I am just praying to break up.
I am going to say amen to your prayer because a lot of people, sir, let me tell you something, right? When Nigerians and every one of us that comes from Nigeria, when we got to a stage and talk about how, because of what we know, okay, when we talk about all of this to some extent and we try to see what will happen, and we are lost completely, that is irreparable situation. Do you know what we resort to? God should just come and fix this, but it's not. God is not going to fix it.
It's not fixable. It's not fixable. Just like some people will say, "Oh no, money, God has done it for you." Why are you people insult your Lord? Insult your Lord. Ọlọ́run sọ pé ilé ẹ ti fojú ara yín rí pé kí ni yóò dá. Ẹ dẹ̀ lọ tọwọ́ pọ̀ ẹni pé ó mọ̀ pé obìnrin yìí nígbà tó fẹ́
Look at what you are doing.
Ó mọ̀ pé obìnrin yìí pé ìgbà tó máa lọ sílé ọ̀dọ̀ wọn ọkùnrin bíi mẹ́wàá lórí tó ń wọlé tó ń jáde orí ọkùnrin tó ń kó obìnrin oríṣiríṣi ó mú gógóró ó mú gbó at the end of the day ó ní pé tó bá wọlé wàá change tó bá délé ọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀ tí obìnrin tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń gbé ọkùnrin míì wálé tàbí bóyá wọlé ọkùnrin tó ń lù ẹ́ gbóngbó lórí ẹ wàá máa sọ pé Ọlọ́run o why do I do this mo ní Ọlọ́run á tún punish ìwọ náà mọ́ ni because ó fojú dé lọ́yọ̀ àfojú náà.
nǹkan tó tiẹ̀ wá ń bẹ̀ ọ̀nkú nǹkan tó wà ń bẹ̀ ni pé ṣe rí kẹ́ tó mọ̀ pé obìnrin ò dáa ẹni tó bá sọ pé ìyàwó mi ò dáa ó máa ti kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ náà.
wàá tẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ kó tó find out.
kò tí wọ́n fẹ́ wọlé kó tó mọ̀ pé kò dáa. o ò lè rí ìyàwó tí ò dá ńlẹ̀ tó bá ní ọpọlọ tó dáa o ò ní gbé wọlé wàá ti kọ́kọ́ gbé wọlé náà ẹtìjọ́ máa gbé kó tó ṣẹ̀ mọ́ pé no o ti short nìkan. so nǹkan tá à ń sọ ni pé ẹ lè kó wa papọ̀ àwọn tó wà in their 60s wọ́n ti rí better days sir. àwọn tó wà in their 60s ìgbà tó ń lọ sí school wọ́n ti mọ week táwọn máa ra ọmọ week táwọn máa ṣe tán ọmọ iye ìgbà táwọn máa fi ṣiṣẹ́ ọmọ week tí first car àwọn máa dé. Do we have that anymore? Oní masters márùwá ló ń wà káàkiri ẹni oní VSc ìyẹn ó ń ta wòsíwòsì everybody di social media marketer lójijì gbogbo wa ń ṣe rádaràda àwọn èèyàn wa máa sọ̀rọ̀ yàmàyàmà bí àwọn ọmọ ogo padà já ó dàbí àwọn màálù akọ màálù ni adèlà ń ṣèlú àfi ká wá bá ṣe máa ṣe báwọn àwọn ta fẹ́ lọ báyìí bó ṣe máa gbọ́ tí ó máa gbọ́ àgbọ́yé ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn tẹ́ máa fún wọn ní confidence pé we can do this. It is for us. We were a country before these people. We come first. Báyìí máa ṣe nìyẹn tá bá ti get ẹ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ àwọn èèyàn my dear brother tí wọ́n bá ta bá sọ pé kéèyàn 6,000 kan occupy kò bá ṣe rádaràda declaration nínú sitting room.
1,000 in 6 places.
Yes.
You have no.
Ọlọ́pàá máa dojú bo wọn délẹ̀ ni. Èèyàn mélòó ló fẹ́ pa. But if you're not doing the work and you think you can get people on the street, wọ́n pa son of a bitch sí wọn lára. So we just have to work. Tá bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn, èrè iṣẹ́ wa máa padà rí. Ìrìn ogún ọdún, ìgbésẹ̀ kan báyìí la máa fi bẹ̀rẹ̀. Before we get to where we are going.
I believe.
So Adebe.
Anyway, my time is so up. Thank you so much.
Sorry, Maiyegun. Princess, sorry, for just 1 minute. Okay. Princess, I like your explanation and the way you feel, and the way you make me feel ni pé ṣe nígbà tẹ́ jáde tẹ́ lọ sí àwọn ìlú yẹn káàkiri bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe bá àwọn ènìyàn sọ̀rọ̀, you can feel people, you can feel their mind, you can touch their soul, you can see that thing in their eyes. It's the same way náà la fi rí àwọn tó ń ba ìlú yìí jẹ́. Nígbà tí o dẹ̀ rí irú kan bẹ́ẹ̀ pé irú kan báyìí ò dáa tẹ̀dẹ̀ fẹ́ tún ṣe tẹ́ àwọn kan tẹ̀dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn ilé ló fẹ́ bàjẹ́ kí ló yẹ kẹ́ ṣe? Ẹ máa yọ wọ́n bí jìgá ni, ẹ tún máa da omi, ẹ tún máa da ẹ̀jẹ̀ ní depo, ẹ máa da petrol lórí jìgá ẹ̀ tẹ́ máa sún náà ni. This is what we are talking about Yoruba country or Yoruba nation. Because I so much believe in it. To be sincere, because Yoruba ló la ojú Nàìjíríà. Yoruba ló la ojú Nàìjíríà. See education, everything.
Out of Google, tó wà ní Nàìjíríà ń gbà yẹn. Yorùbá ló kọ́kọ́ pariwo ní pé a fẹ́ lọ kí ló dé lọ bá wo ìgbà ń lọ. Àwa ń lọ.
So why is it that àwa wọ́n fẹ́ wá sọ di bí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn fẹ́ sọ wá di Bambiala? Ìran Yorùbá ò ṣe Bambiala. Ìyọ̀ Yorùbá ò ṣàtọrọ jẹ. We are very proud of ourselves. Now ní ṣe ó di pé wọ́n máa fi 2,000, 1,000 wọ́n máa fi tuyọ̀ jẹ, wọ́n máa fi 5,000 wọ́n máa fi tuyàwó onílé jẹ. So ní Adékọ̀rí kan ó ní pé ọkọ sí ìyàwó lórelé ọkọ nítorí àtijẹ. Ṣèbí nǹkan tó ń sọ láyé àtijọ́ náà ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ń sìn. So why don't we stop this? This thing has been going on for a while. By the grace of God, this Yoruba nation is there already. This is my belief. Because if
gbogbo alama witness lágbára náà ẹ̀rí teacher ẹ mọ value tá gbé fáwọn teachers nígbà yẹn ọlọ́kadà ló ń ro ọlọ́kadà ti fún teacher lóyún báyìí nígbà tí ìjọba san salary teacher ọlọ́kadà ó ti do teacher lóyún teacher o ọlọ́kadà ti do ó ti do lóyún. So where are we going? Africa so.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
I need to wrap it up right now before I probably just disappear. That you won't see me for this. Somebody said.
Thank you, sir.
So yeah, thank you so much. You should have a good one. Yeah, yourself.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir.
ABT, I'm around the ops. From my own side, I want donation to me. Some of them will come in, you see them right away. Some they like have to come later. However, share anything to come up after.
Money allowance in Taufik, 20,000.
Taufik. Okay.
Only 20,000. Right.
So Tebarab Gugbe up right now. Including the 150,000 naira that you get reimbursed off, you know. Do you mind?
Including the 150,000, I need 2,377,000. Lower by.
That is 2.3, nearly 2.4. T150 now
2 million.
Yeah, so that when all the money comes through, you can balance your accounts and then you come back here to tell us more. Now, I need to mobilize our printers by Friday, Princess.
Yes, yes, so are very important. So that one le ma bachelor. Then taba ma ṣiṣẹ́ wọn tán. If practically taba raise owo, our balance one up. Then we can pick the one in Lagos. We use some of it in Lagos. Then since they want split one son of méjì ni. I want Ibadan now. We can take up from Ibadan. So I say value logistics. I say my move around a little bit. Then we can move from Ibadan. Tabashi Ibadan. Then I move. Let's see other part of the.
Yes, right. You've got two printers. One in A4, one in Ibadan. T4 will cover the areas to around the.
So I cover Google Bay. I cover Onota, Songo, Taoju, Ore, you go Model Grammar School, Songo High School. I lost on Agility, okay, or Don, you know.
Right.
You should be able to touch all those places and
thank you very much, Princess. Okay, I hope we'll be able to do this again after Friday. Okay,
Mr. Dimeji Oyenuga, yeah. But I found also volunteer and is in the comment section at the moment.
Right.
So number we are send this because I want phone me or WhatsApp.
And the medium and the style of how people are going to join us. So my light in another 10 days anyway. So we just want to make sure that the highest part of our Kotanchi in the next few days, our release will be 6.5 million or so out of the 7.5 million for the printing. And then we can balance them up in no time as well once they deliver. So the logistic and all of that, work around that. So instead of apart from we need more people now. So even volunteers comes, right?
So we go volunteers shirts that prints at the face cap that prints the lorry.
I love that.
Other the uniform Other the uniform. Then our representatives we will give them present way if only you know. And I won't be dated. No, we'll have to touch the places because but this time around.
I mean, Google support will give it to you. Put everything together. It is almost time for execution scene, right?
Yes.
Experienced last time. Put together, you know. We will do our best from here to make sure that the resources you need very much in time. You can bank on.
All right, Maiyegun.
So we know our shortfalls, we know our deficit, but it's not something that nobody can cover. So no worries. Yeah. So, Princess, Jackie, do you have any message?
Nothing. I'm just very grateful. I'm happy we are doing this, and Ariwo afẹ́mi wa lò. Àwọn ọmọ wa náà, they will be proud of us pé àjókòó lásán kákáwọ́ gbéra ká ní Ọlọ́run kan ń bọ̀ láti ibì kan láti wá ṣe. Ọlọ́run ló ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan. Ṣùgbọ́n heaven help those who help themselves. Ọmọ tó bá dẹ̀ ṣípá nìyí ẹ̀ máa gbé. So kọ́lọ̀ ń ṣàánú wa lórí ẹ̀. Á ṣe é ṣe fún wa òkú. À ní ṣàṣetò.
Thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Any nice evening, So that's a princess there, or Queen Bee. Depends on which side of the lens you are using to actually see her. She's our asset, and we will protect her. Yes, we will protect her and protect everybody that shows interest in our cause. We are non-violent, okay? And then we are always very much positive. What do you call it? Idea-oriented, and we don't just talk. We love acting. This is one of them. And to everybody who has been part of this tonight, thank you. See, if you want to listen to the political part of this conversation, watch this broadcast for 2 hours. That is where we discuss all about who said what. The last part of the conversation is purely about helping people. The children this time around, 6,000 school children. You're going to see it. We're going to do it. I mean, we are going to do it. I love the smile on the face or the fulfillment of the faces of the people who benefit from the goodwill gesture of people they don't know, but they are thinking about them. We are the Yorubas and the lovers of Yoruba. There are people don't know that are thinking about them in Yoruba land. So I'm proud of that. And if you want to troll me on that, please troll me, okay? Troll me while you sit down there and remain in the audience to watch us do things that we say we're going to do. So, yeah. Thank you very much, every one of you. I'll see you some other time, okay? Enjoy the rest of the evening. And please, don't leave without dropping that offering. Like the video. I mean, like it. By tomorrow, you're going to see these videos in parts. 1, 2, 3. That's me dividing the video into 3, where you can watch them in parts instead of watching the whole 3 hours. Whatever you choose. I'll see you some other time. So, good night from here. Odara.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ mọ́.